it off. The wrap. He cuts to the inside. The 2, the 10,
Nice.
the 5. Touchdown! So, and here they go. They're going to drop back. Mulman's going to throw across the center. It's intercepted! Intercepted right there by the linebacker. Here we go. Hutchinson drops back, looks to the right. He's going to take it himself. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies! And welcome to tonight's broadcast. Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivey.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, how's it going, Jeff?
It's going good now.
Glad to have you here. Exciting night of high school action as we get ready back once again. And Jeff, it's a beautiful night for a baseball game, but we got football going on.
We do have football, and it's been a long time, Brian.
Oh, it has, hasn't it? It's great to be back.
Last October, I think the end of October or 1st of November was the last time we were on the air, got to see some great high school football. And I tell you what, I'm looking forward to tonight's first game for the Grizzlies.
Should be fun. Should be fun to see what happens. Interesting thing, though, Jeff, tonight they have a team from Hawaii coming here to play. In fact, from Kalihi District on the island of Oahu, and the Farrington Governors.
Yes, and you did really good with your Hawaiian pronunciation there.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So I'm going to see how you do the rest of the game. But, yes, it's going to be really fun. These guys came over here about a week ago, it sounds like. Spent some time in the Mid-Willamette Valley over at Western Oregon is where they were dorming for the week. And then they got the opportunity to visit 7 different colleges up and down the valley, from Linfield to George Fox, Oregon State, Oregon, Western Oregon. Willamette and Linfield, I believe, were the colleges that they got to go see and get some experience. Some of these guys have never been to the mainland, so this is a great opportunity for them, and a great opportunity for McMinnville to kind of, have a team that you've never seen before. It's not one of those teams that you play early on in the season quite often from the Valley League or up from Portland, but it's going to be fun tonight to watch these guys come over from Hawaii and play McMinnville here in McMinnville.
Should be fun. Should be exciting to see how all this comes together. And we get ready for the kickoff. And, Jeff, the Grizzlies, new uniforms this year. And
I like them.
New helmets and everything else. So kind of a nice little look. And just FYI, those of you trying to contact me or trying to get through, if you can go on, you can definitely check out yamhilltoday.com. And that's kind of where you'll find this game, and you can let your friends know as well, because here we go, and the kickoff goes, taken to about the 21-yard line. Good wrap-up and good way to start things off here, Jeff.
Yeah, it almost looked like they had a little something going on that left side, Brian, but great backside pursuit by the McMinnville kick coverage team, and going to give not their best field position to the Governors for their first drive here on the mainland.
As they get ready to come out here, and
they got some big fellas over there.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And we'll talk about them throughout the evening. And Jeff, one thing we did notice is that they don't have their starting quarterback, it looks like, out there.
Yeah, number 8 was their starting quarterback, Marcus Moreno. Being he's a sophomore, or excuse me, a junior. He's being replaced tonight by Chanson Smith in at quarterback there tonight, Brian. Don't know what the deal is, but
here's a little pitch, and to go to the right side, going to get a first down on Moore. It gets across the 40 to the 41-yard line. And that's one thing, Jeff, with size, you can run the ball. And right there, you got Taba Kiona, the running back, the senior, doing a good job of just following his blockers.
Yep, nice 18-yard pickup. And that was a great job of getting the ball outside of that right tackle and using some speed there, Brian, on the outside.
As we get ready here for 1st and 10 from the 39 after the nice little pickup there. And they are going to, I wouldn't be surprised to keep the ball on the ground quite a bit here tonight. Take some time off the clock, and they've got the guys who can definitely make some holes up front, but not that time. Good stop there by McMinnville, coming up there and making the big play. Right there was Landon Fay. Landon Fay, the sophomore, getting a lot of talk in the early season about him.
Yes, he was, and I can see why, Brian. Just that sophomore, as you mentioned, he's a big fella, 6'3", 235. When he really grows into that frame, he could be a force right there, a force on that play.
Jeff, I'm going to let you go ahead and do this as I try to wrap up some technical things.
Yes.
So I'll do the camera if you want to keep us abreast of what's going on.
Yeah, looks like we got something up, equipment issue here for McMinnville. Gabe Blanco is going to have to come to the sideline, and in comes his replacement, Taruku Rue, on the far side there. Smith under center. Going to just hand it right up the middle. And nice job by the defense. A great pursuit there. Good power by the back up through the middle there. I'm not sure what number that was. They did a little cross back in the backfield. And coming out of the backfield was number 28, Kiona Taba, for a pickup of about 6 yards. Out to the 42. So this is going to bring up a 3rd and 7. It's kind of a big play here early in the ball game for McMinnville. Not knowing a whole lot about this Governor team, we're not sure what their tendencies are here on these 3rd and mid-range plays. McMinnville shows a little pressure. Going to roll out the quarterback here to the right. Great play there again. Nice job by Mitchell Taylor, shooting through and coming through and getting the sack in the backfield on the young Chanson Smith. And McMinnville's defense holds steady after a big first play of the game, giving up 18 yards. They push back the Governors back to the 36-yard line, Brian. There, a loss of 6 on the play. Back into punt formation. It's going to be number 40. Ahinaki into punt. Special teams, Brian, always a concern early on in any given year. So you don't usually have a ton of time to practice these. And it's a low line drive punt off the helmet of one of the Governors players, and it's only going to roll down to about the 44-yard line. So a 20-yard punt there on the play, but I believe that might come back to where it hit his head, Brian. So McMinnville could get a big break there with 8:47 here to go in the first quarter. 0-0 is our score. Just starting. Thanks for joining us here on the broadcast tonight on YamhillToday.com. And if you're joining us from Hawaii, we hope that you enjoy this broadcast, as it was touched, and they're going to mark the ball at the 41-yard line. So that's going to be a net of a 5-yard punt for the Governors there. And like I said, can really have your special teams be an area of concern early on in the season, because there's just not that time to practice. McMinnville's going to start on the 41-yard line of the Governors. Rapp gets the handoff in the backfield, squirts to the left. Now he breaks a few tackles. He's got the corner. He's going to run down. There is a flag on the play, but Rapp continues to run, and we see why he is one of the better running backs in the league, Brian, as he gets all the way down to the 5-yard line. But I believe part of this run, at least, is going to come back, as there might have been a hold here on the wide receiver here on the near side, but great vision right there for Austin Rapp. He really came on last year, Brian, as a junior, and now this year, his senior year, I obviously can tell that he wants to get some things done early in the season.
You know, that's one thing, Jeff, too, is Austin Rapp was such a huge force last year, and he was going to be one of the keys this year for the Grizzlies.
For sure, and he needs to stay healthy. They're going to 10-yard penalty on the hold. The ball is going to be placed at the 34-yard line, it looks like. So it is a spot of the foul penalty, so it's going to bring up 1st and 4.
A lot of movement there.
A lot of movement there. But, first penalty of the game, and you know, Brian, again, penalties also can be a problem early on in games.
And in seasons, and start off of the year, and you'll see a lot more than you usually do in the probably the first, second, third, fourth game.
Yes.
Definitely.
Things to work on, though. Coaches always like to work on things.
Here we go. Here's the pitch on the far side. Going to be Rapp again. He's going to stutter step, and a flag's going to be thrown in. He's taken down on the far side after a very short gain to maybe the 33. That's going to be probably taken all the way back as another flag comes in late from behind the play.
I'm going to guess one of those is an unsportsmanlike of some sort.
So
the first one, though, I'm pretty sure was a holding call on the edge.
They're going to talk about it a little bit over there on the far side. Was very late. Kane Sullivan, Jeff, quarterback for the Grizzlies, the sophomore.
Yeah.
And
I was a
so
little surprised by that. I thought they might go with the junior or the senior tonight, Brian, but obviously earned the starting position after last week's jamboree.
That's going to move it back, the hold. And then dead ball foul, I should say, against the Governors. That's going to move it almost back to where they were.
Yep, and it should be, I believe, an automatic first down because it's a personal foul.
Right.
So we shall have a first down with the penalty down to the 28-yard line. So we've had 3 plays on offense, 3 penalties.
Well, here we go. Play number 4, 1st and 10. Ball at the 28. And it's going to be a handoff right to the first back and a breakthrough and break a few tackles. And a nice gain there for Tyler Martino, the senior. And that's another name we're going to see a lot of as well.
Yep, straight up the middle, 11 yards for Tyler. And you can kind of see, Brian, you know, last year was Tomlin's first year with the program. This year, a lot more familiarity early on in the season. He was quoted as saying several times in the paper this past week, Brian, that he felt like they're ahead of the ball game. He felt like they're game 6 or 7 or so in the where they were compared to last year. So much more familiarity in what they want. They went through a whole year of weightlifting and that sort of thing. So it'll be fun to see what kind of changes we see in this team as the ball goes straight up the middle again. That time to Tyler Moreno. It's going to be stopped for about a gain of 2 down to the 16-yard line.
When you have somebody like Martino, Jeff, it really helps because then you have Rapp, who kind of that thunder and lightning we've talked about for many years.
Yeah,
might be something they may have this year.
And if you can establish that run up the middle, Brian, that will open up more room for Rapp to run on the outside as they come up with that close bunched diamond shape almost right behind the line of scrimmage.
One receiver here on the near side all by himself. Martino's going to get the handoff once again. He's going to hit hard once and then hit hard twice. And good job defensively there by the Governors coming in there and making the stop. Looks like that was Kachola Draven, also Caleb Matavali. Matavali is somebody that they talked a lot about too as being one of the keys for this team.
So I don't want to get too far ahead of the game situation here, Brian, but I was watching the kickers warm up for McMinnville. This might be 4-down territory right here for McMinnville in the pregame.
Well, see what happens. Here we go. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 here on the near side, and we have a timeout. We have a penalty or a equipment.
Boy, that official's got eagle eyes.
Yeah,
He's clear
was
the
way back.
backfield. and he's he's in the backfield of McMinnville, and he caught that on the backfield in the secondary of the Governors.
5:56 to go in the first quarter. And here we go. Grizzlies in their Grizzly red.
I want to say something. Oh.
Go ahead and say it because we got time as we have it jumped off sides on the far side.
I was going to say, you'll notice the officials in a new position, the umpire in a new position this year in high school football. He's not in the middle of the field like he used to be. He is standing in the backfield of the offense now on the left side opposite the head official. And that is a new change that I think they're going to be trying throughout the year. Kind of opens up that middle of the field. A lot of teams used to run plays, where you'd pick your defender off by the umpire. Not going to be so easy. Look at that right there. The middle of the field is wide open now.
A little bit safer for the officials as well.
For sure.
All righty, here we go as we're going to try it 3rd and 13 now. Sullivan draws back. He's going to be flushed out, going to roll to the right. He's going to be taken down way back as we forward there, and he goes all the way back. They're going to mark it at the 35, 36-yard line. Good job defensively there by the Governors once again.
15 yards on the loss by Sullivan, and that kind of, you can see the inexperience there, Brian. He saw somebody right in his face real quick and early, and he got a little nervous, and I don't blame him because he was being pursued by several Governors on that play.
You think you want to have a new election after that one, huh? All right, here we go. We got Mitchell Taylor, I believe, standing back there to punt the ball. The new thing for the Grizzlies, the helmets, Jeff. Numbers are on the left side. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just wish they were bigger. And here is the kick, and it's going to be a wobbly end over end. And it's going to hit inside the 20 and roll down near the 10, being picked up and going around the sideline, and then hitting down about the 22-yard line. And that's where the Governors will take it, as the return was by Draven Cachola. All right, Jeff. So offense sputtered a little bit for both sides.
Both sides. And this is the Farrington's 4th game. They've already had 3 games. They started really early in August over in Hawaii. So this is not something new to them as far as getting into game shape and that sort of thing, Brian. They have been playing for nearly a month now, and so they've gotten things worked out.
Yeah,
so to speak.
Yes, they have. Here we go. Once again, let's see if the Grizzlies come up defensively as we get another whistle down on the field. Jansen Smith didn't even get a chance to get out of his crouch there, as they're going to talk about it.
There's another player being sent off by the eagle-eyed official. I'm not sure what they're seeing. I don't know if there's issue with the equipment, or if there's blood, or but that player is actually holding his shoulder as he's running off. So we hope it's nothing serious. But
all righty, 4:36 to go. See if we get things going here. It's been a rocky,
disjointed.
Yes. Hey, Jeff, we got to talk about the pregame pizza. We had a little bit of Giraldi's.
Yeah, pepperoni.
Nice to have them back.
Stuff. A little oregano, spices on the top.
We have a flag, another one here. We'll talk more about pizza. So if you're heading in there, you can just say, hey, we heard Brian and Jeff talking about Giraldi's Pizza on the air once again. And, just let them know. Say hello for us.
I love the pregame pizza. It's kind of something you look forward to. Kind
of
nourishes you, and hopefully there's some left for the halftime show.
I hope so. I sure hope so. It was pretty good. It was going pretty fast. So
that penalty against McMinnville, that's our 4th of the game already, Brian, and we barely played 7.5 minutes.
That moves the ball forward to make it 1st and 5. Both teams, as you said, the Governors have already had 3 games under their belt, but a lot of travel. That'll mix it up a little bit too. All right, here we go. 2 receivers on the far side. They've got a guy in the backfield, Jeff, who's good size.
They got a guy on the right tackle who's a good size.
Well, David Mailatia, they don't say his size, but if they give him the ball, watch out. And they're not. He's going to be a blocking back. They're going to throw it on the far side, and it's going to be a little catch, maybe even been a lateral back there, and that was to Zachariah Molotov. And he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage.
I was going to say gain of nothing there, but, that opens up some other things. So
it'll be 2nd down and 5 now, as we're at 4:09 to go here in the first quarter. And I just did a peek over there, Jeff. There's some Giraldi still left.
Okay.
So
All right.
there you go. Not much, though. All right, here we go. Second down and 5 for the Govs. And they're white and almost like a cardinal?
Yeah.
A deep red.
Crimson.
There you go.
Yeah.
Crimson's probably better. They drop back and going to roll to the right side. Looking down here, looking. Dumps it off here at the 40. And it's going to be caught. And it's going to be a first down and more. Almost a 14 yards
14
almost.
yards, yeah.
So, yeah, nice little pickup. And nice job there by Chanson Smith just finding his guy and waiting for the play to develop.
Zachariah Molatu, Brian, again with the reception. And he comes in as one of their leading receivers on the year, Brian. He's got 6 receptions. He's scored 14 total touchdowns so far this year. 14 points, excuse me. He's the kicker. It's like 14 touchdowns in 3 games. Holy moly.
That would be pretty good. Their scores would be
read
different.
The stats, Ivy. I'm mid-season form, not quite yet.
I think we all are. Oh, well. 3:37 to go. Smith, shotgun formation, barking out orders. We had some movement, no flag, and dropping. He's got lots of time now. He's just going to wait. Going to throw across the middle as a receiver, and it's caught at the 42.
Too much time.
Almost they just kind of sat back, Jeff, on that one and just waited to see if they could make something else happen. And, well, unfortunately, the defense didn't.
They didn't. They all kind of played back a little bit nervous right there as it went to Kane Canioli. And that 18 yards, second first down here on this drive. And moving the ball pretty easily now on this drive, passing the ball. Remember that first series? They mostly ran the ball.
Yeah.
So maybe they were just trying to see if they could run and decided to go with the pass. And it's working so far on them as they go with trips here in the near side.
You can kind of hear the wind in the microphone a little bit as we're at 3:06 to go. Here's a handoff. Going to go. And
there you go.
There's a nice stop there. Right there at the 40, gain of a few yards. But coming in there and making the tackle was Landon Fay. Once again, Jeff, we're going to hear his name a lot.
We are.
Not only this year, but probably for the next 3 years now.
Yes, and also coming in from the other linebacker spot, Tyler Martino there with a great stop on the running back, Kingston Miles.
It is going to be second down and 8. They are taking their time. They're trying to make this a shorter game. I think they see this as being a battle right now. It's going to be that way, I think, throughout the night. Smith under center. Draws back. Hands it off. Going to go to the right side.
Nice play.
And a huge play and just holding on and making the stop for the Grizzlies. And that was Martino once again. Jeff, we've said his name a lot tonight already.
Yeah, Martino, 6'1", 195 senior, kind of anchor, the experienced guy in the linebacking core, Brian. He did a great job of shooting that gap and making the play. And right now, anytime they're running, Farrington Governor's running, they're running to that right side. And if you watch them come up to the line of scrimmage, there's a pretty obvious reason why they're running to the right side. They're doing a good job of caving in that front defensive front, but those linebackers from McMinnville doing a good job right now.
Dropping back. Smith, he's looking. He's going to be flushed down a little bit to the left. Still looking over at the center, and he hubs it to the right side in the middle, and it is caught. What a play. No, they're going to say incomplete.
He dropped it as he hit the ground. That was almost a fantastic play, though.
Everybody else thinks he caught it, and they're coming down there, and now they're going to say, nope, bring it all back.
Yeah. What an athletic move right there by Zachariah Molatow. McMinnville dodges a bullet there.
Yes, they did. 1:22 to go. Just a reminder, we've got some great sponsors that we'll talk about throughout the night. And because of them, we are bringing you Grizzly football here. Of course, brought to you by your sponsors. And as we have a timeout, we'll go ahead and take the timeout as well. 1:22 left to go in the first quarter. Our score, 0-0. Back after this.
Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you, a trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. burial, or cremation, and a myriad of other options, let Macy and Son walk that journey with you. Macy and Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151.
Caring creates healthier lives and healthier communities. And when you need health care, we're here for you, providing medical expertise with a human touch, right here at home, whenever you may need us. From welcoming newborns into the world to life-changing surgeries, routine health screenings to life-saving emergency care, we're here to provide compassionate, high-quality health care to you and your loved ones. From the routine to the unforeseen, we're here for you.
Welcome back here. Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivey. 1:22 to go. It is 4th down and 8. Governor's going to go for it. They're going to drop back. They're going to pass. They're going to throw. They're going to throw it for the end zone. They have a receiver, and it's incomplete as the Grizzlies come up with a big stop there. Interesting play call, Jeff, on 4th and 8 from the 42.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, they were two wide receivers basically running the same pattern there. So I think one of them may have was supposed to undercut, but it was 2-on-1 against one McMinnville defensive back, it looked like to me initially. And McMinnville's defense steps up again, Brian, after giving up a couple big plays.
1:15 to go here in the quarter. And really, if you're McMinnville, you've got to be happy with your defense, but you want to get some stuff done offensively, too.
Yeah, you want to get some points here, if you can.
All righty, here they go. Wind is still blowing out there.
It is. It's a beautiful night.
Yes, it is.
And look at the crowd on the far side from Hawaii, Brian.
It's a good-sized crowd. We'll take a look at them here in just a second. As we have a bad snap here and loss of a couple yards.
The far stands are nearly full.
There you go. It's a good-sized crowd over there. And I was a little afraid there weren't going to be a lot of people over there, Jeff. But good crowd, and here for a good ball game. Nice little trip. Here we go. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 here on the near side. Sullivan's going to hand off to Rapp. Rapp's going to come around the left, and he's going to break through one guy, and he's going to get near the 50. He's going to go backwards and come back, and he's still on his feet, and he gets hit near the sideline.
What effort.
He's going to get a almost first down. We got a little pushing going on down there after that.
I think they might give him the first down if that ball's on the line.
They're giving it to him.
What a run, Brian. At first I thought he was going to try and run backwards, but he swung around real quick and turned it back upfield for the 12-yard gain and a first down. And there you see the shiftiness of Austin Rapp.
Yeah, and he's just going to get better and better throughout the year, too.
Yep.
All righty, 1st and 10 from the 50. Sullivan taking his time. On a single coverage over on the far side. Sullivan sees it, and they're going to throw a little lateral and going to go to the big back and going to be taken down for a loss of a few. And Jeff, right there, tried to make something happen. I believe that's Mitchell Taylor.
Yep.
And they thought maybe he could get it and break a tackle. Didn't happen, though.
No, his big size, you thought he might have been able to get upfield, but loss of 2 on the play. And I saw them working on that play in warm-ups, and if they get the blocking out there, I think it's a different story. But that time the defensive backs for Farrington came up and caused that play to not maybe go where they wanted to as we come to the end of the quarter.
Yes, we have. We're going to take a break. Our score after 1, 0-0. Makes it easy. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this.
If you're looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany Ablin has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555. And go Grizzlies! Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process From low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement, they are here to help. They also offer treatment for sports injuries and hands-on personal training for those who want to perform at their athletic best. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic, and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900.
And there's a throw over on the right side. Unfortunately, incomplete. And Jeff, is one thing that both teams are doing now is they're sending some pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, I was going to say Kane had the way that play was designed. It was a fake up the middle, then fake out to the left, and then look for a wide receiver kind of cutting out into the flats. And by the time that play developed, he was getting some pressure and had to release the ball, I think, a little earlier than he wanted to, and just overthrew the outstretched hands of the receiver.
All righty, 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near side now. Sullivan shotgun formation.
See Farrington in a 3-4 defense here, Brian.
And we've got another flag, Jeff. Illegal procedure, it looks like. What can you do? I know what we can do.
Yeah.
Take a quick little break.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey, this is Scott here at Big Box Returns, and I'm telling you, this is going to be a great big quarter. So,
there you go. What more can you say? Thank you, Scott.
I love it.
Here we go. Yeah. Come back to action. Sullivan double pumps, and he's going to be hit. He double pumped, Jeff, and as soon as he pulled the ball in, he was rocked there by Tavita Takamaka and set him way back for at least the second, if not the third sack. Third?
Yeah, he's rushed the ball 3 times and been sacked every time. He's got minus 25 yards so far in the night, Brian, but man, big old 90 was quick in there, wasn't he, Tavita? Whew.
How do you stop that? That's going to be the key.
I'm not sure if you can at times.
And the Grizzlies will be punting now. Taylor gets the kickoff. This is going to be a pretty good one. And it's going to be taken at the 36 and thrown backwards and then taken down. And there was nothing pretty about that.
No.
Just kind of probably should have let it go and then kind of danced with it a little bit and almost lost it.
He did, and McMinnville just missed getting the turnover.
11:04 to go. Time for the Grizzlies, Jeff, to make something happen defensively, which hasn't been the problem, but it just seems like both teams are out of sorts right now.
It does, and can't get any rhythm. Total yards for McMinnville, 14 in that first quarter, 47 for the Governors. So
wow,
neither team lighting it up on offense.
That is true right now. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. 11:04 to go. Hand off and just going through and going to just power away for about, almost say 5 to the 39-yard line. Mm-hmm. And, that's going to be the key, I think, right there, Jeff, for the Governors. It's just sustain that offense and sustain that run game. Because really, it's going to come pretty easy to them.
It is, and you kind of, you might be seeing a little bit of a strategy here. Just pound and wear down McMinnville, because those boys are big. They're men. They're not boys. They are bigger than some colleges around here, it seems like.
10:27 and counting. Handoff, go on the right side, and Grizzlies.
Play there.
Nice job of making the stop after a gain of about 2 to the 41-yard line. And let's see, I want to give credit where credit is due. I think making that tackle there was Hunter Hopkins, the senior. Hopkins, 6'6", 265. He's a force to be reckoned with down there. 9:53 and counting.
Brings in a little bit bigger defensive back into the safety here, Brian. They're going to play 2 safeties now. They had been playing kind of one single safety deep. Get a little more run support here, I think.
Spencer drops back, throws to the right, has a receiver, it is caught, and it's going to be a touchdown.
Wow.
59-yard touchdown. It was a perfect pass there by Chanson Smith, and just found his guy and found him in stride. And just running that 59 yards was Zachariah Molotov. And they have struck first.
They have 73 yards now on 3 receptions for Zachariah, and they went right after where the substitute came in, Brian. It looked like he might have been a little bit confused on what type of coverage, and Zachariah just ran a streak pattern down the sideline and was wide open. A great play as they got a little problem getting all the players out here for the extra point, but they strike quickly.
Yes, they do, as they will take the lead now and make it 7. So the kick is up and good. So just like that, Jeff, the Governors finally came up with something here in the second half, the second quarter, to get them on the board first.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that they would stay down long, and they didn't. But they only had to go 66 yards, Brian, in 3 plays. The big one, of course, the 59-yard touchdown pass. So let's see how McMinnville responds here on offense. See if they can sustain a drive. Penalties have really killed them, Brian. They've had 5 penalties in this first little over 14 minutes of the ball game. And you can't do a lot of things in football if you keep getting penalties against yourself.
No, and that's going to be the problem. Still, the good thing is a lot of time left.
A lot of time.
9:21 to go in the second quarter. Grizzlies, though, trail 7-0 to the Governors as they will come on to kick now. And after kicking that extra point, Jason Felipe will be kicking off. Rapp and Blanco back there for the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies in their red. And one thing about their helmets, we talked about a little bit about
numbers.
the change the numbers on the other side, which makes it nice. A little bit different logo, too, kind of incorporating the M and the G. Here is the kick. Rapp's going to take it over on the far side. And he's going to come and bring it here to the near side. Just go across the 25, stutter step at the third 27, and falls forward to the 30.
Unfortunately, on that play, he outran his kick coverage.
Yes, he did.
The blocker, if he would have been just a little bit slower, the blocker here on the near side, I believe that was Brandon Burney, might have been able to kick a seam open even more, and he could have sent him on his way down the field a little bit farther. But, you know, you can't fault a guy for running at full speed either. So it was a nice return there, about 20, 25 yards on the return. Pretty decent field position for McMinnville.
Let's see if they can get some offense going here now. Trailing by 7, 9:14 to go in the second quarter. Sullivan going to hand it off and just breaking through the middle, wide open across the 40 to the 45, and a nice run. There is Martino, and Jeff, that's what they need to do. Rapp Martino are going to be the keys this season, I think.
Yep, and Martino gets another big carry. He's got 4 carries now for 26 yards.
You know, and you look at them, you got Martino at 6'1", 195, and Rapp at 5'6" and 170. You've got speed and you've got power there.
You do. You got some height in the backfield as well.
Martino is in the backfield. I believe Rapp's over one of the 3 receivers on the far side. And there's a double pump and throw across the middle, and it is caught right in the middle of the field to Gabe Blanco. Blanco's going to pick about 4 yards. Let's call it 4, to the 48-yard line.
Just a quick slant. And I like that. That makes the reads easy for the young Kane Sullivan at quarterback.
Just a reminder, we'll be back with you next week as well. We'll be on the road next week for the next 2 weeks. Forest Grove.
Redmond.
Yes, 2 weeks. So we got some road tripping, which is not bad road tripping, but road tripping, right? Here we go. Sullivan going to roll to the right. He's going to pitch it. Yes, he is to Rapp, and Rapp's going to go across the 50 in the stutter step. There's going to be a flag in the backfield. Rapp is taken down after a gain of about 3 or 4, but bring it on back.
And the unfortunate thing about that, Brian, was it's on the left side of the offensive line. The play was totally running away from where that hold happened. There was no need for the offensive lineman to reach out and grab. It was a very obvious play. And, if the play's running against you, don't grab somebody's shirt. let him go. They're not going to make, in most cases, they're not going to make up the ground to come around when the play is totally going to the other side of the field.
Well, instead of having a nice little field at the 48, you're back now at the 37, your own 37-yard line, with 7:52 and counting to go in the second quarter. Let's see if they can start getting things going just a little bit. Sullivan, shotgun formation. Trying to find something maybe in the middle, and he does. He throws it across the middle, and he underthrows it, and not a good throw at all because really his guy had no idea, and they were lucky that wasn't picked off.
Very lucky. One of that, I believe it was number 22 there, Willis Lilly, was making a break on the play. As we got referee doing something here. Little issue with the clock there, putting some more seconds back up.
So 7:30 to go in the second quarter. It is 7-0. Governors with the lead. And really, things not clicking for the Grizzlies right now.
Not right now. Well, you know, you kind of see, man, you really wish Kai Hoskinson, you know, Brian, last year's leader. Senior leadership is important, especially at your quarterback position. And I think we're seeing a little bit of that right now.
Well, big growing pains.
But that's not to say you can't work through them.
Kane Sullivan back there now. He's going to drop back. He's going to look. He's going to run and tuck, and he's going to be taken down again. Fourth sack of the evening, and this time he was taken down there initially by Luatasai Masaloso, and he came in with now the fourth down.
Big play. You're just not getting time. They're blitzing right up through the gaps. And taking advantage of a young quarterback who's a little bit unsure at times, but again, he'll learn, he'll grow, and it's early. We're barely a quarter and a half into the season.
Taylor back to punt at his own 22. Not a good one. He's going to be a little wobbler to maybe midfield. It gets over there just barely, and is going to be downed at the, we'll call it inside the 50-yard line, between the 49 and 50 on the opposite side. And it's going to bring up now a great field position for the Governors of Farrington High School. Jeff, let's talk a little bit more about them. They've been here for about a week, I think. I think they're staying at Western Oregon University. They also visited Pacific University, I know, on their trip. Saw some cool pictures from that. And, kind of a cool thing for them to come here. And you said earlier, a lot of them have never been to the mainland.
Yeah, and from what I was reading, I believe a former player from Farrington actually has played or was a member of the Ducks.
I think you're right. I've got some other things for you later on.
I do too. I have a couple famous players from the high school.
Oh, we think alike. Here we go. Handoff right up the middle and Powering and still on his feet, and fortunately got in the grasp there. I think coming up there was Blanco to make the stop, and that was Kingston Miles, who really only had 4 yards on that, Jeff, but it was a strong run.
4 tough yards, and he didn't quit.
No, he did not. Let's see if I can go to this, and nope, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, throw some things up here in a second.
Fine.
Maybe we'll save it for halftime. I'd like to do some scores at halftime. Would be nice. See if we can get a few tonight. Here we go. 2nd down and 6. Over to the right side, it is caught, and behind the line, a lateral, and going forward, and going to pick up about 5 yards. On the lateral there was Malatau, and it's going to be short of the first down.
A yard. Let's try that. I'm in preseason for it too.
It's all good. Here we go. 3rd and 1 now. We're at 5:30, and the Governors taking their time.
Yep.
I think they probably lead in field possession in time. Be my guess. We can maybe get some of those stats, I'm sure, at halftime. And here is a handoff to the up back, and he is going to get enough for our first down.
Wow.
And a little bit more after that.
I thought maybe the ball came out, but that was him just struggling to get forward and keep going. That's a big fella.
Some other linemen slow to get up.
38, pickup of 3.
I guess one thing too, Jeff, is the Governors, they would love to. I mean, this is their type of football. I think it's just slow, methodical. Take time off the clock and do as much as you can to keep that clock running, especially when you got the lead. 7-0, 4:54 to go. Dropping back, looking here on the near side. He's got a receiver, and he's going to keep it, though. It's hard to throw off the opposite body. He's going to be taken out of bounds. After a gain of about 7 yards, though. Nice run there, and just trying to stay with it there. Chanson Smith, Jeff, didn't do anything crazy, but just kind of stayed there and just kind of floated along the sideline a little bit. Enough for, moving back a little bit, for maybe 6 yards, 5.5 yards there on the gain.
Yeah, but you could see that patience. He was trying to wait for wide receivers to come open, and when he didn't, he scooted outside, used some speed to make the best of it, get 5 yards.
4:41 to go here in the first half. Once we get to halftime, we will have some stats for you and a whole bunch of other things. So make sure you keep it tuned. You never know what's going to happen. Second down. And it's dropped back, and it's going to be taken down immediately. What a job defensively by the Grizzlies.
Sorry.
I thought you were sorry. I thought you were talking about
Azihai Fonoti. And that's for McMinnville.
Okay. I didn't know what you were doing.
I was just trying to give you the number.
I wasn't looking. Sorry.
That's no big deal.
I was impressed by the play there.
Yeah.
He did a good job of stopping them and throwing them back there.
Lost a 3.
And that's the key. If you can get up there and make that a first initial stop, but that's where the trenches, that's where things are happening, though.
Yep. That is. And that was a great play by the sophomore defensive lineman.
Here we go. Ball's over the quarterback's head. He's going to pick it up, though, and he's going to try to run into his own guy, then run backwards, and he's going to throw it away. Smart move. And really, it's okay that the guy missed it because he would have been down. But to get out of there, really, the Grizzlies, they should have had him.
He's speedy.
Yeah.
He's athletic. He's got some moves in the backfield.
Smith, he is just all over the place. And, as we said, he's their backup quarterback, we believe, because their other quarterback was not in uniform during practice session before the game. So
looking at their stats, actually, Chanson Smith plays wide receiver primarily, Brian. Marcus Moreno, their starting quarterback, he's been 13 for 28, 2 touchdowns, 256 yards in the previous 3 games, but hasn't played. He's not in uniform tonight, so not available.
Fourth down, they're going for it. They're going to do a pass here on the near side. Little screen play, going to go up and then taken. It's going to be short of a first down. Good job there defensively by the Grizzlies. And I believe that's that Brandon Burney who came in, the senior, with the tackle to cause him to be short. And the Grizzlies have stopped him and will take over on downs once again. It's, you talked about it earlier about the kicking game. Doesn't like there's much of a kicking game for the Governors. They've gone for it twice on fourth down already in this ball game.
They have.
I think it's their MO. And now the Grizzlies with 3:35 to go in the first half. You can see if they can get something going, get a little offense going would be nice. Sullivan shotgun formation, 2 backs in the backfield. We've got another flag. Another flag comes in.
Very reminiscent, Brian, for me, of last year for McMinnville, how their first 2 or 3 games, they were just their worst enemy. And another penalty. I believe that's going to be 7 now on the game. 7 penalties for 50 yards.
Just for the Grizzlies.
Just for the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Farrington only has 1, and it was that early on unsportsmanlike conduct. Since then, they played penalty-free.
All righty, here we go. First and 15 with 3:34 to go. Here's the handoff to Rapp. Draw, and he's going to go, and he's been taken down, and he's going to get to about the 32-yard line. As before he has stopped, a gain of about 6, 7 there.
8.
Okay,
yeah.
call him 8. Good enough for me. Going to bring up still second down and 7. Ball's on the 32. be good for the Grizzlies, Jeff, to have a nice sustained drive here and just get some things working. As I say that, and they throw the ball, and could have been almost a lateral there. That Gabe Blanco threw over his head. And I think Sullivan just a little bit of jitters here.
I was just gonna say he's feeling pressure that wasn't there on that particular play. His offensive line was giving him some pretty good protection. Just got to slow down a little bit.
Yes, they did.
And the game will slow down for him. That's the other thing is this is a much quicker game than say at the junior high, the junior varsity or freshman level.
I'd say junior high too.
Yes.
Here we go. 3rd down and 7. Sullivan draws back, looks to the left, double pumps, and he throws, and it's nowhere near his receiver. Incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Now the Grizzlies are going to have to punt themselves now, Jeff.
With 2:58, they barely took off 37 seconds off the clock, Brian.
It's one of those games that you never knew what was going to happen, and, well, it's kind of been nothing like I thought it was going to be.
Me either.
Here we go. 4th and 7 now. As team back at the 20 to kick. Here's the snap. And it is kicked away and caught and then rolled right around the middle. Coming back here. Maybe got a blocker. And he stutter steps his way across the 50. And a huge hit there. And here comes the flag. And once again, great field position for the Governors. And Jeff threw a new punter out there. Carson Thomas, the junior, came in and kicked for the Grizzlies there on the punting team.
Really nice punt, Brian. 33 yards on the punt with some good hang time into the wind. We've got a block in the back, so field position going to get a little bit worse for Farrington, moving back to the other side of the 50-yard line.
One of their linemen, the Grizzlies coming out. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Yeah. That is Israel Paula Blanco. He's going to be all right as they do move it backwards, Jeff, as you said, to the 45. And here they go. 1st and 10. And you never know, Jeff. They have mixed it up a little enough, just enough to keep the Grizzlies on the back of their feet a little bit as Smith's going to be going, and he's going to roll around the right. Now he's going to be free, and he's going to go across the 50, breaks 1 tackle, a 2nd tackle, still on his feet, and goes it up and cuts to the middle, and he gets inside the 33-yard line. Way too easy.
Dare I say this reminds me of the quarterback from Eastern Washington that went to U of O.
Adams.
Adams, yeah. Although we do have a penalty flag on the play. So
bring it on back.
Yeah, fortunately, that's going to negate a really nice run.
Vernon played in the Canadian Football League for a while.
All right, yeah. Vernon, it just comes to my mind.
Yeah, no, you're right.
While I was watching Cal Poly, whoever play Fresno State last night, a little bit of that, and the head coach, Bo Baldwin, who was Eastern Washington's coach back when he was the head coach, or when he was the quarterback there. So big penalty there, moves it back to the 23-yard line.
Did you watch any of that Portland State game the other night?
I did not, but they lost it at the end of the game.
Yeah, it was the worst games.
Like
it was just bad.
No.
On both teams.
San Jose State, I believe. Is that
I think so. Yeah. It was just bad, and then they just pulled it out right at the very end. Portland State should have won it.
Would have been a huge win for them.
Yep. Here we go. Smith, he's going to throw. He's going to throw a long one, and he throws it into, his own, well, not quite the stands. They're definitely his team. The guy's in the back row of his team, and it's going to be incomplete at 2 minutes to go. And if they don't watch out, they're going to give the Grizzlies some time here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those games where it's just kind of slow moving, but a lot of times it's gone off the clock. We got to get some ads in, too, by the way. Some of our great sponsors. I want to thank you for watching and listening to us on yamhilltoday.com.
Yeah.
And
I've had a couple people just checking in.
Nice.
Sending out the links.
Very nice. Bring them on. Everyone, come. All righty. 2nd down and 32. Here we go. Smith, shotgun
32.
formation. What's that?
I said second and 32.
Here we go. Smith hands it off and going through and picking up about 5 yards. And that's just a tough run there. And really Kingston Miles, who has been tough to bring down. And we may have a timeout.
Yeah,
we do have a timeout, and we'll take that timeout as well. 1:58 left to go in the second quarter. Our score is 7-0. Don't go away. We'll be right back on YamHillToday.com.
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill Today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football. At Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, their orthopedic surgeons specialize in diagnosing, preventing, and treating disorders and injuries that affect muscles, tendons, nerves, ligaments, bones, joints, and other connective tissues. Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine strive to give you the highest quality of care with the most up-to-date orthopedic surgical techniques and non-operative treatments to help you get back into doing the things you enjoy. Their goal is to help you live your life to the fullest. Give them a call at 503-435-4520. Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
And right away, run up the middle, we'll draw a play, Jeff. And it's going to be 4th down after a pickup about 5 yards. And 1:52 to go. And they going to call a timeout? I think they are.
McMinnville calls another timeout there, Brian, to stop the clock on a
Smart
4th
play.
and long here, so they're going to get the ball back.
All righty. Our score, 7-0. Governors with the lead, 1:52 to go.
This season's broadcast here on Yamhill Today is brought to you by the 200 Club. Thank you to the 200 Club for their support of Grizzly football right here.
Wake up! Wake up! This is Grizzly football, and this is going to be a great big quarter. Holy cow, it's going to be big. Who knows what's going to happen? Hey, but tomorrow, come on down to Big Box Returns, 2155 Northeast Lafayette Avenue.
All righty, Jeff.
I got a lot of energy after that last
You
commercial.
should. You should.
It's exciting.
Oh, yes. Well, if you're the McMinnville, the excitement will come if you can get something going here.
Play here, Brian, because you so far in this ball game have a grand total of 38 yards.
Wow.
Unofficially, of course, but
here is the punt, and it's going to hit, and it's going to go out of bounds, but not before it takes a nice bounce for the Governors, and they're going to mark it at the 28-yard line. Well, you know, Jeff, stats are always official from you. You know that.
well, most of the time, but not always.
There's nothing like that great story of Corvallis High School where Jeff kept stats all year long, and he would come in the next game like, I got it right again. I was perfect. I was like on the dot, running and passing. And then we realized that they were just taking his stats the entire season.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You know,
It was classic. Oh, well, here we go. 1:46 to go in the first half, 7-0. Grizzlies trying to get their offense moving. They only got 38 yards on the day, and they throw across the middle. It is caught. Going to be first down. They don't have many of those. They get to the 39-yard line. Nice play there, nice pass, and that's going to give a little bit of confidence to both Blanco and Sullivan.
beautiful pass play there. Pickup of 11.
High quality, really a high percentage pass there.
Yep.
Sullivan going to hand off to Rapp. Rapp's going to break her on the left side. They expected a pass. They got to run. Rapp's going to run at least 10 yards, make it 12, and he's still, and the pile moves forward, and he gets inside the 49-yard line. Nice job there, Austin Rapp, with 1:19 to go. Nice job by the line to create some holes also.
Got to do a little bit of a hurry-up offense here, Brian, because you're down to one timeout left. Clock continues to move inside of 1:10.
Sullivan taking his time a little bit. He's got some movement here, but they didn't call it. He's going to roll to the right, going to throw to the right, has a receiver, and it's intercepted. and it is going to be still on his feet and taken down at the 45-yard line. And it was a nice play there. And Jeff coming up with the interception was Jason Felipe. We've said his name a couple times.
Yep.
And big play there to stop the Grizzly drive there to get them the ball, probably finish off this half.
I would think so. And it'll be interesting to see how aggressive they are here, Brian, with this next play. I would take a shot. You got the wind at your back. You've got a good mobile quarterback.
Not much of a kicking game.
Nope, not much of a kicking game, but
we'll see.
Get your quarterback out on the edge scrambling.
It is a great night for football here. So if you're still in the area, you can come on out and take it in.
Zechariah Molotov has 5 receptions for 85 yards and a touchdown here in this first half, Brian. So you got to be looking at keying in on him if you're McMinnville.
Well, here we go. Smith, shotgun. He's going to try to hand it off, but he couldn't get it. And now he's going to fake it. He's going to come back this way. Gets across the 50. He's going to be hit and pushed out of bounds. And not before he picked up 8 yards, though.
Nice patience there. Took what was given to him and gets out of bounds.
It does stop the clock with 48 seconds, which is a important aspect as well.
Yep, and Farrington with 2 timeouts remaining here. So the entire field's open to him.
All right, as they come up here, a couple guys you have to watch for. Both, well, I guess one's on the inside, one's here on the outside, and that being Kahala. And here's the handoff right up the middle and swinging forward enough for a first down and a little bit more to the 48-yard line. Excuse me, the 42-yard line, I should say. And coming up a little bit gingerly after that is Taba. And they do take a timeout, and we'll take the timeout as well. 43 seconds left to go in the first half. Our score, Governors 7, Grizzlies nothing. We'll be back right after this.
Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you, a trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy & Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151.
As we come back here, it's going to be 1st and 10, 43 seconds to go for the Governors. In the second quarter, Governors with the lead, 7-0 here at Workman Stadium. Smith, double post. He throws a lateral on the far side, and then the player gives it and throws a and he caught me off guard. They threw the lateral, and then they threw it to the wide receiver who kept on going, who really beat his guy and disguised it. It was perfect. And, Jeff, it was just a little poorly thrown that Kahili could not come up with it, though.
That was a great play call, Brian. And that wide receiver could not have been any more wide open. McMinnville thought it was going to be, and they should have been keying in on Molotov because he has had a good night so far. But, dodge a bullet there. And those are ones you'd like to have back if you're the Farrington Governors.
Well, 36 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. They've shown they can do anything right now. And Smith is talking to his running back and making some changes to him in the backfield. And that's Darvin Maliatia. Here we go. Smith draws back. He's in his stutter step, really, and throws his guy, throws it across the middle, and it's almost picked off. Incomplete. Almost intercepted. And there's a flag, though, back at the 36-yard line.
You're going to get off or pass interference, maybe?
Let's see what they call.
Pointing backwards, so
28 seconds to go.
linemen
will.
downfield.
Yeah. Well, it's been one of those games. First game of the year, right?
For us.
Well, jamborees don't count.
No, I'm talking about Farrington's. This is their fourth game.
You're right. It's interesting though. So 28 seconds, second and 10. Now, Jeff, if you're Farrington, you've shown you can go to the fun stuff too, and they might try to do that.
I think keep doing it. Hit a big play. I mean, you just missed on one.
Here we go. Smith, shotgun formation. He's got some blockers, and they're going to dump it off here in the near side and stutter step, and then going backwards. A really good play is right, and coming up there with that play is Bernie. And Bernie making the stop and throwing him back for a loss of 3. And I think if you're Farrington now, you're like, nah, we're good.
Yep, we'll just take it to halftime and get out of here with a lead.
And I think that's going to be exactly what they do, as we are now conclusion of the half. At halftime, our score is McMinnville 0 and Farrington, Jeff, 7. It's been a very interesting first half. And it's not gone the way that we thought it would go, and especially the way that, Farrington, they've dominated in some aspects of the game.
They have, Brian, especially yards, passing. Rushing's pretty even. Penalties, they've done a good job, and they've gotten the turnover margin ahead. So a lot of things here to correct for McMinnville to come out of the second half, but you're in the ball game.
Yeah.
You're only down 7-0. You played horrible.
Right. You haven't played great.
Right.
Lots of improvement to be done. Yeah.
The penalties really need to be corrected if you're Ty Tomlin. But it's things that can be worked on for sure.
Yeah. Now, if you're McMinnville, lots of stuff to do, but you're still in this ball game.
You are.
Think about it. Think about what you need to do right, and you can make it happen. And we got lots of time to think about it.
Well, Brian, and you get rid of 27 yards on 4 sacks on Kane Sullivan in that first half, and you can tell that he's a young quarterback. He's got happy feet. He's a little nervous back there at times, it appears, and that's just tough. You can't get game experience without playing in the game.
Yep.
And that's where we're at.
Yes, it is. All right, halftime. Our score is 7-0. Farrington Governors in the lead over the McMinnville Grizzlies. Don't go away. We've got stuff to talk about at halftime coming up right after this.
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey, this is Scott here at Big Box Returns, and I'm telling you, this is going to be a great big quarter. So,
At Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, their orthopedic surgeons specialize in diagnosing, preventing, and treating disorders and injuries that affect muscles, tendons, nerves, ligaments, bones, joints, and other connective tissues. Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine strive to give you the highest quality of care with the most up-to-date orthopedic surgical techniques and non-operative treatments to help you get back into doing the things you enjoy. Their goal is to help you live your life to the fullest. Give them a call at 503-435-4520. Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. If you are looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany A. Blinn has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555. And go Grizzlies!
As we come back here, our score 7-0. We're at halftime. Governor's on top of the Grizzlies. And it's time for the Stats Man. Here's Jeff Ivey.
Thanks, Bryant. Well, you mentioned the most important stat of the game. It's 7-0. Visiting team from Honolulu, Hawaii. The Farrington Governors lead 7-0 on a razzle-dazzle kind of play, a long 69-yard touchdown drive, that the big play, a 59-yard touchdown pass. So we'll go over those in a minute. Looking at some of the team stats here in the first half, McMinnville Grizzlies actually have more first downs than Farrington Governors, 6-3. Total yards, 154 for Farrington. McMinnville was 61. Averaging 6.2 yards per play for Farrington, while McMinnville's only averaging 3.1 yards per play. Passing 6 of 11 for Farrington for 100 yards, 16 yards, almost 17 yards per completion. That's an amazing completion percentage of about 55%. McMinnville, 3 of 8 for 13 yards, 1 interception, and 37.5%. Rushing, both teams fairly even, 12 carries for 48 yards for McMinnville. Of course, there's 25 yards of negative yardage there included in that on the 4 sacks on the quarterback, averaging 4 yards per carry. And on the other side, Farrington Governors average they have 54 yards on 14 carries, averaging 3.9 yards per play. 7 penalties, just killers there in the first half for McMinnville. 50 yards, 4 penalties for 40 yards for Farrington Governors, and of course 1 turnover in that first half for McMinnville, that being an interception. Time of possession is leaning towards Farrington Governors, 13.5 minutes to 10.5 minutes for McMinnville. Individual statistics for the visiting Farrington Governors. Jason Smith, again, as I mentioned, he's 6 of 10 for 60% completion, 100 yards, and 1 touchdown pass. Rushing the ball, he's carried the ball 3 times for 7 yards. Kenny Obataba has carried the ball 2 times for 9 yards. Kingston Mills has carried the ball 4 times for 12 yards. David Malietia has carried the ball 1 time for 3 yards. And Kauna Lakaomi has carried the ball 4 times for 23 yards. Zachariah Molotau has had a big first half, 5 receptions, 85 yards, 1 touchdown, the killer being the 59-yard touchdown pass. Kingston Miles, 2 receptions for 2 yards, and Kane Kahele, 2 receptions for 15 yards. Average starting position in the football game tonight for Farrington has been their own 36-yard line, and as I mentioned, they had 4 penalties for 40 yards, 2 punts averaging 21 yards per punt. McMinnville, on the other hand, Kane Sullivan starting his first game as a sophomore. 3 of 8 in that first half with 1 interception. Only 13 yards passing in the ball game. Austin Rapp has carried the ball 4 times for 49 yards. That's 12.3 yards per carry. It just hasn't been able to do anything consistently when he's had the ball. Kane Sullivan sacked 4 times for a loss of 27 yards. And Tyler Martino has had a couple good runs right up the middle, 4 carries for 26 yards, averaging 6.5 yards per carry. Gabe Blanco with 1 reception for 4 yards, and Michael Taylor, 2 receptions for 9 yards. Average drive start for McMinnville has been their own 39-yard line, and they've had 4 punts that have averaged 26 yards per play. We'll recap the scoring drive there. There's only been 1 in the football game, and that was a pretty quick hit. It was only 3 plays, took 1 minute and 43 seconds, went 66 yards. The killer being the 59-yard touchdown pass from starting quarterback Smith to Molotau. And when the kick was up and good, there was 9:21 left on the clock in the second quarter, and Farrington led 7-0. Both teams kind of would move the ball a little bit and then be their own worst enemy, penalties. Turn the ball over on downs, the defenses would step up. So it's been a pretty competitive game, to be honest with you. Both teams have had their chances, and both teams have not been able to take advantage of the chances. So I look for McMinnville to come out. They're going to get the ball to start the second half, which is good. Maybe get a little bit of rhythm going. I'd like to see them maybe run the ball a little bit more than what they have. Of course, Farrington will key in on that, and they're basically seems like they're daring their young quarterback Kane Sullivan to make plays, and it's worked so far as he's only been 3 of 8 in the ball game. We have about 7 minutes till the start of the second half, so we're going to take a timeout here on the Yamhill Today Sports Radio Network, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
This season's broadcast here on Yamhill Today is brought to you by the 200 Club. Thank you to the 200 Club for their support of Grizzly football right here.
Caring creates healthier lives and healthier communities. And when you need healthcare, we're here for you, providing medical expertise with a human touch, right here at home, whenever you may need us. From welcoming newborns into the world to life-changing surgeries, routine health screenings to life-saving emergency care, we're here to provide compassionate, high-quality health care to you and your loved ones. From the routine to the unforeseen, we're here for you.
Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you, a trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy & Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151.
There we go. Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivey. I pushed the right button. It's even better. As we come back here to Wortman Stadium, we are here at halftime. And got lots of stuff to talk about during halftime, Jeff. And you had an interesting fact as we were talking.
So before the game, I sent out a tweet and said hi to some folks in Hawaii and tagged the governor's high school team over there. And it got a response back from Marvin Beaverman, one of my favorite followers.
Oh, yes.
Follow.
Yeah, I know him well.
Yeah. You're back in his graces, though. Good graces. Anyways, he lives over in Hawaii, in the Honolulu area, I believe, and he sent a tweet back to me. He said, for decades, Farrington High School was coached by an OSU, Oregon State alumni, Ed Skippa Diaz.
Really?
And their high school stadium is actually named for him.
That's cool. That's really cool.
It's interesting. You get those little bits of information. We also I've seen a couple tweets out tonight from a reporter from Honolulu.
Yeah.
And his name was Bill. Let me see if I can find that really quick. Billy Hull. So if you want to go online, he's actually posted a couple videos of the game. Ours is better.
We saw all the videos. We saw everything.
This might actually be our video. Maybe a little lower, but he's posted a few videos, and it's kind of cool to see that Honolulu has sent actual press over here to cover the game. So that's really cool to see. I was trying to find some scores here of note. Tualatin's 13, Summit 12 in the second quarter. That's pretty impressive for Summit to be coming over the mountain here tonight to make that game. Let's see, West Lynn 31, Medford nothing. Lake Ridge ahead of McNary 27-0 at the half. Let's see, we'll scroll down here. We got a couple more. Willamina with a big win last night. Can't remember the score, but they're playing 8-man football out at Willamina now, or 9-man, excuse me, 9-man football. So let's see, those are other scores. Clackamas 14, Westview 6. Sherwood lead West Salem 14-7. Just about at halftime there. McKay and Lebanon tied the end of one, 13-13. So it looks like we're getting into some older tweets there. So a lot of football action last night and tonight. North Salem with their first 6A win in forever.
Right.
Last
It's
night,
been a long time.
35-7. I believe it was against Grant out of Portland.
Newburgh, yes. Played Grant,
Yeah, and then Newburgh with a win last night, I believe.
Newburgh beat Grant last night.
Newburgh beat Grant. Okay,
Yeah.
North Salem played another school from Portland then, I believe. And so a lot of some surprises. These leagues are jumbled again. Well, not all the leagues. The Portland leagues are pretty much the same, but the Southern leagues are a jumble. Teams playing up, playing down. all the way up through all the classifications. And it's that 4-year cycle where things switch that the OSAA does.
Yes.
I read today at lunchtime, OSAA considering adding a shot clock to boys and girls basketball. So I know that'll make a lot of teams, especially at the lower classifications, happy, because we witnessed a game at the 1A level where I think the score was like 14-10 or something like that, because the one team would just stand in the corner of the forecourt and dribble the ball for 4 or 5 minutes before they would do anything. So a lot of changes going on. OSAA always looking to try and make the games better, and having teams over here from Hawaii is one way that they can do that. And I hope that this type of tradition can continue, and not that they have to come play McMinnville, but that they want to come over and play some other Oregon school. Brian, and bring over some students to get them an experience. What a neat thing for them to come over here and get a tour of the Willamette Valley and then get to play a football game before flying back home.
Yes, it's definitely a cool thing, and it kind of got me jumbled, Jeff, because I was trying to go with scores, but
I'm sorry.
I want to talk about a few things, but a couple of scores I need to get to you. You've got a big one here that you'll be impressed with, but Liberty's on top of Sprague right now, 14-7. Lake Ridge 33, McNary nothing.
Yeah.
Sherwood 14, West Salem 7.
Yeah.
McKay 20, Lebanon 19. Of course, we don't know when these
where
we are
in the score.
Silverton 27, Dallas 7.
That was yesterday.
The one that I thought, the McKay Lebanon one.
Yes.
That's a huge, if they can hold on.
Well, guess who was the coach at Lebanon?
There you go.
Ty Tomlin. Just a few years back was the head coach there. Won a state championship at Lebanon. So McKay hasn't been that good. The old alma mater hasn't been a lot to root for, to be honest with you, in the past many years, since the Ramsey brothers days, maybe.
Oh, man, back in the days.
Back in the 90s.
So I'm going to jump again and be a little chaotic here.
Please do.
And talk about Farrington a little bit.
Yes.
Famous graduates from Farrington.
Okay, graduates.
Graduates.
Not football players, but graduates?
Well, pretty much they're all football players.
Okay.
Nua Fa'aola.
Yeah.
Played for the Jets and the Dolphins.
Yeah, I know I know a really good one from the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay, well, let's see if I can get there. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mario Fatafahel.
Yeah.
Played for the Broncos.
Yeah.
2003, 2004.
Okay.
Taasi Famui.
Uh-huh.
In the mid-90s with the Steelers.
Yep.
Sean Lovau.
Yeah. Is that Lyle's brother?
That's what I was wondering. Spelled a little bit different.
Could be.
Spelled differently, though.
Well,
Has a U in there.
Different dialects, maybe.
He was a lineman for the Washington Redskins. Doesn't say win.
I was going to say, do you notice a theme about all these players?
Yes.
Are they all linemen?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Vince Menawai. Played for the Jaguars.
Yeah, lineman.
7 years. John Matias. Played for the Chicago White Sox. A little Major League Baseball.
Okay, I did not see any baseball players.
Al Noga.
Oh.
Former NFL player, along with Nico Noga. And then Jesse Sapolu.
Yeah, I believe he might be a Hall of Famer.
49ers, 4-time Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, he might be a Hall of Famer.
Wally Kaname Yonomine. Played the NFL in 1947, but that's not why he's famous.
Yeah.
He played for the Nippon Professional Baseball in Japan.
Yeah.
The Yomiuri Giants. The Chihuchi Dragons.
Nice.
He is in the Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame. Was elected in 1994.
Really? That's
all
awesome.
at the Farrington High School.
Now I will throw you a little bit of Yanonami. Is that was his last name? That is Marvin Beaverman's last name.
Oh, there you know.
I may have to reach out tomorrow.
He's listening, I'm sure.
He might be, he might be in Oregon. I've seen some pictures of him. I don't know if they're throwback pictures or whatever, but he might be here to go to the game tomorrow. Would not surprise me. But I might reach out to him and ask him if he's related to them. You never know. That could be the name Smith for all we know, or Johnson over there. But you know what? I'm excited because the second half is about to begin.
And the Grizzlies get the ball in the second half, which is even more exciting.
Points, Brian, please.
Yes, they do. Need to get that offense going and get some points on the board and, get this ball game. Here we go. As they get ready to kick off, beautiful night. I know we keep saying that, but we keep getting them, right?
Yeah.
Here's the kick, and it's going to be taken about the 3-yard line. Going to go right up the middle, going to roll the right side. Is Rob going to break one tackle. He's going to go across the 30 and flings himself forward to about the 32, and there's a flag that comes flying in. Not a good
Have
start.
a drink of water.
There you go. There you go. 7-0 is our score. Governors with the lead. Take this off to make it the third.
Just a sideline warning, so no penalty yardage assessed.
And that's something the OSA is going to work on this
They are.
year. Is they're going to have only one person on the sideline they want talking with them. And that's the coach.
Yep. And you notice that they're supposed to stay back actually to that white line. All the players are, and they used to be able to crowd up, but they're supposed to stay behind that white line. And just coaches inside that box there that you might be able to see just a little bit out on the field.
Yeah, we'll give them a little bit of that as they're checking on something.
Yeah.
Probably another uniform infraction or
The way that.
his mouth guard.
Yep. Didn't have it in.
All right, here we go. Sullivan, shotgun formation. He's got a full crowd in the backfield. He's going to hand it off and just kind of going forward, picking up to the 39-yard line. A nice run of 6 after being thrown backwards, but they're going to give him forward progression as that was Martino once again.
Nice play there.
Martino has been very efficient in this ball game. Yeah. He kind of went away from him a little bit, I think, in the second quarter.
They did. 5 carries, 32 yards now. Just under 6.5 yards a carry, and you'd like to see that a little more. You notice that the defensive front for Farrington not as big as their offensive front.
No, you're right. Put a little more speed out there.
They
I think.
do.
Here goes
There
Rapp.
it is.
Rapp is going to get taken down backwards.
Wow.
He did not have a chance. And Jeff, on cue, the speed comes in and comes in with a huge takedown.
Luitasi Masa'ola, junior linebacker in there. They call him LJ, and I think I'm going to call him LJ on that play. In there quickly in the backfield for the loss of 3.
Well, we're at 10:47, and I think see why they bring the speed in there.
Yep.
And
he just plays that middle linebacker, does LJ, and he saw where that play was going and made a play.
Here they go, blitzing again and throwing to Sullivan. He gets it, and it's almost tipped away, almost caught, and almost intercepted again. And really, they got lucky there. The Grizzlies did is that Mishler who almost had it and then almost tipped it up in the air for one of them, the Governors, to get it.
Oh, boy. That was actually a good job by Mishner to kind of bat it back down.
Yeah.
I mean, that was some awareness there, but 3 and out here from McMinnville, not what they were hoping for.
Sabado back to receive on the 39, 40-yard line now for the Governors, as they're trying to figure out where to put the ball, I think. Yeah, the crowd getting into it.
They are.
Nice. The school's even started, and they're already getting into it. Here's the punt. Not a great one, but it's going to take a Grizzly bounce and a Grizzly roll, and it's going to go down. It's going to hit one of the Governors, and they're going to say picked it up and run it in. And not sure that's going to be legal, as they were kind of playing around down there too much, and the Governors player really needs to be careful about it.
There's a discussion here. Was that touched by the Farrington player, or was he pushed into it? I'd hate to be the official on this call. No, they're going to give it to Farrington.
It blew the ball dead.
Yeah,
so
I
I
think
mean,
you're right,
you gotta, and why would you
be so close to it?
Yes.
As a football player, yeah, that's another issue there, potential issue.
There's some something to be talked about, I'm sure, when they look
On
at
the
this
flight
game
home?
film. Yeah. Yeah.
You got a captive for about 6 hours. And have a little team meeting on the.
Poor thing, everybody else on the plane's going to have to know about it. They'll be in there breaking down film with the rest of the team. I can just see it now. 10:23 to go. Grizzlies back on defense now. Smith going to hand it off. They're going to roll around the right side. Going to go on the sideline. There's a flag, and finally taken down. But there is a flag back at the 34-yard line.
Either 55 or 65 or both were guilty of mauling and holding and all kinds of other things there that were not legal. It's a holding.
Jesse Jones win, getting up a little gingerly there and getting back to the sideline. And
looks like it's going to move it back to the 24-yard line.
how many penalties is that on the Governors
That'll be
tonight?
5.
Okay.
Is all.
A lot of penalties here tonight on
Yes,
both sides.
That's a total of 12 now for 100 yards between the two teams.
All righty, here we go. 1st and 15 now. Farrington back to their 24-yard line. Smith going to hand it off right up the middle. And just a little plug there for about 3.5 yards.
That's close to a unsportsmanlike penalty there on McMinnville, pushing the guy down. Yeah, the umpire's talking to the offending Grizzly, saying, "Don't be pushing him down like that. I just gave you a warning." So, they're going to give him 4 yards on that play right there.
Clock continues to roll, and that's what the Govs want.
Yep.
They want to just make this game as short as possible. They lead 7-0 here in the third quarter. Smith under center now. Draws back and looks to the right, looks to the center, and now he's going to stutter step, and he's going to be walking backwards and then running and then looking. He's going to try to keep it. Flag in the backfield as he gets out of bounds near the 34-yard line. 2 flags, though, back at the 15-yard line.
I believe they're going to get Farrington for a crackback block there, Brian. Can't block back towards the line of scrimmage when a player's running laterally, and I believe that's what the officials saw, both of them. See what that is. Getting a rough start to this half, similar to the rough start we had at the second half, or the first half, excuse me.
Yeah, it's been a very fragmented game.
Yeah, you haven't gotten a lot of rhythm going.
No, that affects everybody. Personal foul.
Yep.
You're right, Jeff. Bring it on back.
Yep. Back
Inside the 8, yeah. So with 9:19 to go, well, it feels like a first game for both teams, really, even though this is the 4th game for Farrington.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we can get going here. One receiver here on the near side. And Farrington now backed up on 2nd and 31.
Wide splits here on the offensive line for this play.
Delayed draw right up the middle, just to give him maybe a little bit of space as he gets up to the 10-yard line, a couple yards there. Going to bring up 3rd down. Now, interesting, Jeff, as we come here to, well, we'll see what happens after this. And then it'll be interesting. As it brings up 3rd and 29. It takes so much time bringing players in and out.
Yeah, they're just kind of they're on Hawaiian time, Brian.
Have they had to delay a game? I don't think so.
No, neither team has, but they're on Hawaiian time. You know, it's great. I love Hawaiian time.
Yeah, wish I were there right now.
Exactly.
All right.
It'd still be light out too, because it'll only be 5:30 over there. Well, it might be starting to get dark. It gets dark a little earlier. There's your delay of game, by the way. Way to call that one.
It just seemed to take forever. So, well, it's going to bring up 3rd, and who knows?
That's their 3rd penalty of the half.
They're saying they got a timeout in.
Oh.
Yep, they got a timeout.
I will take the penalty off the board.
All right, we'll take the timeout as well. 8:11 left to go in the third quarter. 7-0 Govs in the lead over the Grizzlies. Back after this.
At Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, their orthopedic surgeons specialize in diagnosing, preventing, and treating disorders and injuries that affect muscles, tendons, nerves, ligaments, bones, joints, and other connective tissues. Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine strive to give you the highest quality of care with the most up-to-date orthopedic surgical techniques and non-operative treatments to help you get back into doing the things you enjoy. Their goal is to help you live your life to the fullest. Give them a call at 503-435-4520. Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
We come back here as they took a quick time out there.
Yes, they did.
And here we go. 3rd and 29 as they go in there, and there's offsides. Another flag. I was like, it was planned there, Jeff, to cause that, and going to move them forward a little bit, I guess. Farrington, anyway.
Yep. That'll only be, what, 3rd and 24?
There you go. 8:11 to go. For penalty number 17 of the night-ish. Feels like it.
It does, doesn't it?
All right, here we go.
Yep.
And another one here as Farrington, the defensive or offensive end, decided it was time to go on 1 instead of 2. And another penalty.
Killing me. Oh.
Fragmented is the
Yeah, there is no rhythm whatsoever.
rhythm is going to get you. So 8:09 to go. And they're still struggling here trying to get players on the field over on the far side. And this game has really been fragmented. And there's been no rhythm at all,
nothing.
especially the second half, which
Well, now they got players. They're not even sure what they're doing right now. Who's a wide receiver? Is Hawaii tired? Are they starting to get tired? We're gonna have another delay of game here. Oh, they just got it off.
hand it off, and it's going to go right up there on the left side. Going to go across the 15, maybe to the 16. And here's going to be the interesting thing now, Jeff. What do? You haven't punted yet, I don't believe, tonight.
Twice, actually. Remember the first one hit the guy's head?
You're right.
Yep,
You're
and
right.
then they did
You
have
haven't had
another one.
success punting.
Yeah.
And now, what do you do when you're deep in your own area? And with a 7-point lead too.
Yeah, the wind. You do have the wind a little bit at your back,
Right.
So, you're probably going to get about a 25-yard punt, is all, Brian. This is where McMinnville hopes the ball goes sailing over the punter's head. To be quite honest with you, get some cheap points.
Here we go. Here's the kick, and it's going to be a line drive punt. This will be taken and hitting his own guy and going back and forth, and still on his feet though, and going through across the 40 at 35. And a lot of action there. Got the crowd into it. Tyler Mishler making some things happen. And if his own guy wouldn't have been in his way, he probably could have got a little bit more going.
Good return there, 37 yards on the punt, but the return clear back to the 34-yard line. So excellent field position here for McMinnville. They got to do something with this field position, though.
Yeah, they do. They need to get the offense going. And here we go. Kane Sullivan. Mishler here on the near side for the Grizzlies. Ball on the 34. Sullivan's going to hand off to Rapp. It's going to be a reverse, a double handoff. And going here on the near side, Jeff showing me there's flags. And going on the sidelines and taken down, but there is a flag back at the 36. And there's another one. There's two of them that come in.
Yeah, there's one at the 12 and one at the 22, as well as the 36. So
we got them everywhere.
We got them everywhere. Now the one official moves his flag up to the one at the 22. So that was a play with a lot of holding and holding. And Brian, you hold when you're tired and when you're slow. When you feel like you've been beat. Again, the holding on the far side, I don't get it. The play's coming this way. Maybe out in front of the play I can see it, but the backside guys.
Yeah, I get it. Unfortunately, moves you back, and when really you talked about not a lot of yards in that first half, not a lot of yards yet.
Yeah.
In this ball game, and the Grizzlies just had a hard time getting things going. And part of it is the speed and the strength of this Farrington defense, but part of it is just, I think, first game jitters.
Yep, that is definitely part of it. Let's see what McMinnville can do here, though. They've been their own worst enemy, to be quite frank.
Yeah.
Farrington hasn't really beat them. McMinnville's had some plays, and then the penalties kill them.
Sullivan drops back, throws across the middle, and it's incomplete.
Wow.
He threw it too high, and then a big hit. And then you're going to have a taunting or something.
or is that? Are they going to call it defensive player? That's a bad call. I will beg to differ on this one. That was a nice, clean hit right in the midsection. Is there targeting? Huh.
Coach is
Not happy. Wow. I disagree with that one. That was if we can't hit like that, what are we doing playing football?
there's a lot of people with the same sentiment about that.
Wow.
Well, it's going to bring up then first
Yep, first down.
and 7.
Oh,
Grizzlies
you're right.
come up and hand off right up the middle. And that's something, Jeff, that may kind of trigger this offense a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take advantage. You take your breaks, But I just sometimes don't understand what we're doing in football. And I'll go back and look at the tape later online, which you can do, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
You can come and watch us, listen to us anytime. We're out there.
Anytime.
Yeah.
YamHillToday.com.
That's right. And I have something to say here in a second about that.
I will let you say it. Here's the handoff right up the middle. Goes across the 10, 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies! Nice run there is Tyler Martino. Goes right up the gut and gets the Grizzlies on the board.
What a nice, Brian, you called it, right up the gut. 7 carries now, 63 yards for Tyler Martino, averages 9 yards a carry. And the middle of that defense was there for the taking, and he took it.
Well, we talked about a little momentum there, and the Grizzlies, they put the points on the board. And let's see if they can, let's see what they do, Jeff. They might go for 2 here.
It kind of looks like it does.
They're showing it.
And I'm going to be honest with what I saw in the pregame kicking warm-ups.
Sullivan draws back. He's going to look, and he throws across the center, and it's intercepted in the end zone. So the extra point is no good. Our score will remain 7-6, and Farrington still with the lead.
Still with the lead.
Jeff, you had something to say.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, in the custom of the Farrington, Honolulu, Hawaii, aloha to Steve and Stephanie, who are listening to us.
Very nice.
On the YamHillToday.com.
They're watching us live.
They are watching and listening live. So, aloha. I know how much you love the Hawaiian Islands, as do I.
When is Stephanie going to take us there?
Well, they were just in the Caribbean islands not too long ago, about a month ago. So
nice.
Maybe it might be a while till they
okay.
go back. But
maybe next time.
Yeah, they were in Miami and,
Very nice.
and Caribbean and all kinds of
Sounds
stuff.
pretty good right now.
Yeah. Well, it's what though? The weather's great. This is a perfect football night.
Yeah. Not
September
complaining
2nd? Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. So
We'll take this because it's not going to last. And it's not 100 degrees.
That's right. Now, the big question is, are Jada and Caleb listening? That's the big question.
You know the answer.
Yeah, they're probably not. They got things to do. Okay, 6-11.
All righty, our score is 7-6. The Grizzlies trail to Farrington with 6:11 left to go here in the third quarter. But, Jeff, with a little momentum. And let's see now what the Grizzlies can do defensively and get the ball back and hopefully make something happen offensively.
Please.
Again.
Let's go, defense.
Here we go. It's going to be a nice long kick. Taken at about the 13-yard line. Go right up the middle and spun around again. Going to the right now and finally pushed out of bounds way at the 30-yard line. That could have gone for a long time. And that was Kahile for the nice run back.
He ran a long ways. Got the ball on the here on the near side and ran all the way across the field for about a 20-yard pickup. But 31-yard starting position is pretty good for Farrington.
So Jackie had to chime in.
Oh, hi, Jack.
She says she hears me all the time. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's not like you can turn off the internet or anything.
Don't give her any ideas. She might do that.
That's Good times.
I think she's preparing for her duck game tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Going through stats and getting everything ready.
Stats?
Oh, yeah. She's going through all the stats and getting stuff ready from last year,
Oh, from last year.
Yeah, just to break it down, just so she knows,
Okay, that's fair.
She said good
That's
thought,
fair.
is what she said.
That's fair.
I think she meant good thought on turning down the internet.
Oh.
Must be a little delay is what that is.
Yeah, my sister said there's a delay, a little bit of a delay.
Oh, there always is.
Yeah, exactly. You have to have at least a 7-second delay on live broadcast, right?
You've heard my broadcast before, haven't you? Beep, 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 beep. That's what we need. We can get one of those buttons. But yeah, Jackie will have it all broken down for you. So you want to, let her know. She'll tell you how the Ducks are going to win big tomorrow against Georgia. You've heard her here first.
All right.
Second down and 3, ball at the 38.
Well, you can barely see their quarterback when he hunches down there.
You are correct. And they hand off to the big back and just makes a big hit and just keeps powering through, goes across midfield, gets inside the 46-yard line, and a nice run there and a big first down. And we talked about getting tired, Jeff. I think the defense for the Grizzlies are getting tired.
David Matliatia, they're the huge back. I wish, that's the one thing. They don't provide us sizes. But he looks everything of 210, 215 pounds, maybe 6'2". He's a big back, and they might be giving us McMinnville a dose of him here, a steady diet of him.
5:04 to go in the third quarter. Score is 7-6. Governors in the lead. Here's Smith. Hand it off, and guess who? Going right through, and another big pickup to the, let's say, inside the 39-yard line. And their back who got those yards is going to come up a little gingerly. Looks like he hit his shoulder pretty hard after that run there. And Malasatia is still in the game. But
as I look at Landon Fay,
he's coming out now.
The 6'3", 235-pound sophomore from McMinnville. That running back is every bit as big as he is. And Fay made the play on the tackle. So
you got some big guys in the backfield now. Taba back in there, as well as Miles in the backfield for the Govs. Smith is hidden down there, hands it off, and going forward, and going to pick up about 2 yards to the 30s, inside the 37-yard line.
You notice that interesting way that he gets down, Taba does. Watch him in the backfield as he gets down in his stance. Almost like a 4-point nose tackle stance there, Brian, on that last play. And I noticed it a couple other times, and it could be what he does on every play. Let's see if he comes up and he kind of hides, gets low so that he's hard to see in that background. I'm behind all those big linemen. Same thing with the quarterback. Watch how low he gets.
I was just going to say, Smith is so low you can't see him. Look at that.
Look at that. Taba, the way he's down there.
Almost like a track sprinter coming off the blocks.
Nice play.
And it is going to be a good stop after a gain of about a yard and a half. Not going to get a first down as they have to get to the 35. And they about a half yard short, maybe even a full yard. And let's see, it's 4th and 1. I'd be shocked if they don't go for it here.
I would, depending on the status, if he's injured or not, but I would bring in the big Devin Malia.
He's back.
There he is. That's my call as a coach.
All right.
That's why I'm up here. I'm not a coach.
I got 3 linemen for the Grizzlies, and you've got 5 for the Govs. And guess what? Jeff called it. They didn't get it.
Wow.
Good stop by the defense and a nice job by the Grizzlies, and they take over on downs.
If I think that there was a little bit of a mishandle on the handoff in the backfield that just caused a slight hesitation by David. And McMinnville's defense shot through and made a fantastic play, Brian, with 2:47 to go here in the third quarter.
You know, it's a little Monday morning quarterback to, say, hey, why? You said that was the play they should have done, but I think everybody in the whole stadium knew it was going to come that way.
If I knew it, everybody in the stadium
I wouldn't say that. However, I think a lot of people knew it, and that's where they guessed it, and they guessed right. All righty, at 2:47 to go in the third quarter. Let's see. We got a new quarterback in there for the Grizzlies, and here's the handoff there. And that's Brandon Burney, now in at QB for McMinnville. And maybe the game there to the line of scrimmage.
Actually, they're giving a loss. Okay, and we're going to move it up. A full yard and a half. Did you see the umpire do
Saw that.
Oh.
Yeah. Whatever.
You know what? Again, you got to take it when you can get it.
Here we go. Second down, and we'll call it 10-ish again. And here's going to be Bernie, and Bernie is going to be taken back in the backfield. Another sack by the Governors, and that's a speed sack there, and the official is talking to him about something. But once again, a good job there and good pursuit and getting right there and not allowing Bernie to have time.
Not sure I understand why we change quarterbacks unless we got an injury. I'm not quite sure about this one. Lost a
Sullivan
6 on
standing
that
over
play.
here,
Yeah.
and looks like he's.
Is he okay?
It looks like he is.
Okay.
I'm not going to question anything.
It's interesting. It's just interesting call to me. Sometimes coaches outcoach themselves.
3rd and 16. Bernie's got to throw it now. He's going to heave it up, and it is almost picked off and just kind of floated that one. Pass was intended here on the near side to Blanco, and
Blanco did a good job actually stepping
Yeah.
a little bit in front of the defensive back to get his flashing across his face so he couldn't intercept it type of thing. But interesting decision to go with a different quarterback there, Brian.
well, here we go. We're on to punting now. It's 4th and 16 with 1:25 to go here in the third quarter. Gonna give him pretty good field position. That's one thing. That's a bad kick.
Yep.
Bad kick. It goes out of bounds at the 43-yard line of McMinnville. A net punt of 10 yards if they're lucky?
Yep.
Wow.
13. We'll give him 13 on it.
Well, you're generous. Generous, my friend, generous. 1:23 to go in the third quarter. I think it's 7-6. Governors on top of the Grizzlies. It's been a weird game. There's still some time left. Oh, well.
This season's broadcast here on Yamhill Today is brought to you by the 200 Club. Thank you to the 200 Club for their support of Grizzly football right here.
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey, this is Scott here at Big Box Returns, and I'm telling you, this is going to be a great big quarter. So,
Oh, yes. So head on down to Big Box Returns tomorrow and Sunday. Yeah, go tell Scott you saw it on yamhilltoday.com and on Grizzly football. And I think we've got our audio issue back up and it's fixed, so I think we're good. And Jeff, fourth quarter,
Yep.
Grizzlies have some work to do.
Here's a key stat for you, Brian.
Yeah.
Farrington's starting to dominate time of possession, now up to 25 minutes for Farrington and about 12, just about 25 and 12 versus 12 for McMinnville. So that's a big discrepancy right there.
Here we go. Smith's going to keep it. He's going to roll to the far side, and he's going to get inside the 15, the 10, and a huge hit, and flags come flying in. And, well, it's going to be all for naught, I think, Jeff, as they're going to bring it on back. Got a couple players on the far side, slow to get up.
That would be the quarterback, and then a McMinnville player who was probably the brunt of that illegal block. Illegal blindside block again, Brian. And, you know, Farrington doing themselves in because that was a great run, about a 14-yard pickup, and that's going to be negated by the personal foul.
You talked about time of possession. It's been huge, as they are going to say. Crack back block against Farrington. At halftime, what did it look like time of possession? Like,
It was, I believe it was 13 to 11.
okay, so
McMinnville's
fairly close.
only had the ball about 3.5 minutes here, 4
Wow.
minutes in that third quarter.
That's crazy. Well, things like that, though, don't do wonders for your team as they come up now. And with 11:52, still plenty of time. You're only a one-score game. Even if they score, you're still at that point, I think.
Right.
However, you got to get something going.
100% agree.
Yeah, the
Now,
Governors
do
are
we
going to take
have
their
a
time.
timeout?
They're going to take a timeout.
That's our second of the half.
All righty. We'll take it as well. 11:52 left to go in the ball game. Our score, Governors 7, Grizzlies 6. We'll be back right after this.
Caring creates healthier lives and healthier communities. And when you need health care, we're here for you, providing medical expertise with a human touch, right here at home, whenever you may need us. From welcoming newborns into the world to life-changing surgeries, routine health screenings to life-saving emergency care, we're here to provide compassionate, high-quality health care to you and your loved ones. From the routine to the unforeseen, we're here for you.
Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process. From low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement, they are here to help. They also offer treatment for sports injuries and hands-on personal training for those who want to perform at their athletic best. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic, and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900.
As we come back here, and Smith with the pass over on the right side, they come up with a big reception, and Jeff, that's exactly what you don't want to have happen, but picks up a lot of yards. Still third down, though.
Well, Malatu is just having a night, Brian. 6 receptions now for 95 yards, and is keeping his team in the ballgame. McMinnville's having a hard time running. They're running him all the way across the field, and his speed is able to create separation between the cornerbacks that McMinnville has on the field with them, as they have basically single coverage now on the far side. It looks like they're going to move his safety over a little bit, but That's a big hole in the middle of the field.
Here they go. Smith goes back, and he's going to go to the far side, and he's still looking. He's going to keep it, and he's going to roll, and he's going to be near the first down marker. Let's see where they mark him, right around the 12-yard line.
It's going to be close.
Going to be very close.
He's slow to get up, too, Brian. That's again, you don't want to see somebody get injured.
No, you don't, and you really need to get him going as quickly as you can, and they're going to call it short, 4th and short now, Jeff. And
about 1. McMinnville was here just on the last drive,
Right,
Brian.
right.
4th and 1. Does Farrington go a little bit different formation here? They do. The big back out here playing tight end this time, Brian.
Well, let's see if they change it up.
Try and lose one of these small backs in the backfield behind that massive offensive line.
Not hard to do, and Smith's going to hand off to the back, and they roll right up to the right side. Gets a first down or more inside the 5-yard line. That was too easy. They guessed on the left. He went to the right.
Yep, that was, you got a 50-50 chance basically there, Brian, but 8 yards on the tough run there by Kingston Miles. He's a little tiny guy, but very powerful legs. 11:23, clock continues to move here in the 4th quarter. And we've had a little bit more of the last couple drives by both teams, a little bit more of consistency, but still, this game has been very choppy.
Yeah, it really has. I don't see it. Well, you never know what's going to happen in the end, but let's see if the defense can pick it up here, come up with a stop. 11-minute mark in the ball game. Here's the handoff right up the middle and spinning and into the end zone. Touchdown. Governors get it. And with that run there was Kingston Miles, who has been their go-to, and he spins it into the end zone, and that makes it now 13-6. Governors extend their lead.
Let's think here. If you're Farrington, do you go for 2?
I think you do.
The reason I say that is I think McMinnville doesn't have a kicking game.
I don't think
you're up 7.
I don't think you go for 2.
Okay, I think you do.
Because I know they're not.
Because you can still tie it. You go for 2, that makes it a 2-score game.
Yes, it does. Felipe is going to run it. He is going to go for 2. He's going to throw it, and he throws it backwards, and it's tipped down, incomplete. They went for 2.
Yep. My coaching card, my little, go up 6, go for 2 when you're yada, yada, yada.
You mentioned, though, not having kicking game.
Yeah.
7-point game now.
It is, which will force you, if you want to tie,
Yes.
to go for the.
Yes, so playing little mind games with them.
You are. Because if you get the 2-pointer, it's a 2-possession game.
You are
And
correct.
with what we've seen tonight, 2 possessions.
Let them kick all night long is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So.
And that's just the coaching side. But I'm not here to disparage anybody. But that's just that's playing the coaching game, so to speak.
Oh, my. 10:51 to go. Still a lot of time in this ball game. Grizzly offense has a lot of time to work with. Probably have 3 more possessions. Maybe 4. I mean, that's just what it's been. That's what it's been.
It very well could.
But you need to get something going. Defense getting a little bit tired. Problem is, too, a lot of these guys have played both sides of the ball.
Yep, both ways. Farrington, not so much. They rotate their offensive and defensive line. Usually only play one way, and we saw that earlier. Smaller defensive front, that's quicker for Farrington.
Here's a squib kick, taking it to 35 and dropping down to the 37, 38 maybe yard line. So they decided not to give Rapp a chance with it.
Smart, again, coaching call there.
Yeah.
Smart play.
They've seen enough of Rapp so far this game, I think.
Yeah. He's kind of been held in check here in the second half. Only 1 carry for a 3-yard loss.
And back out at quarterback will be the starter.
Yep.
That is Sullivan. Maybe just give him a break. May have been the thought there.
Could have been.
Mix it up a little bit.
Yep. Get somebody else with some experience, actual game experience, in case you need them down the road. There's nothing wrong with that either.
All righty, here we go. 2 receivers on each side. Sullivan, shotgun formation. Gets it to Rapp. Rapp breaks it through, and he's going to stutter step, and he's going to be taken down. He thought he could have more. Yep. Picked up 6, though. Almost got to the 45-yard line.
and sometimes you see Rapp do a little too much side to side. And, I understand what he's trying to do, get those extra yards, but sometimes you got to realize that just plowing ahead, you might get 1 or 2 more yards versus the 7 that you got. So I venture to say we're going to see a lot more Rapp on this drive right here.
I think you're probably spot on with that. Here we go. 10-11 to go in the ball game. And it's going to be a keeper by Sullivan. He's going to roll around the right side himself. He's going to get a first down and more. Gets into Governor territory, and he gets to the 47-yard line.
8 yards on the carry. I'm not sure if that was the designed quarterback draw or if he read something there. But either way, all the way down to the 46-yard line. So pickup of 9. Move it back to the 47-yard line. They come to the line of scrimmage. Kane Sullivan in the backfield with Rapp off to his right. They're going to hand it off, and Rapp is going to cut the corner on the outside, makes a darting move, a face mask going to be called. So that's going to be 15 more on top of a great 13-yard pickup right there by Rapp. So the ball should be down about the 20-yard line when it's all said and done. And Rapp running with some authority right there, Brian.
I think, the defense has been worn down a little bit.
Yeah.
Any defense is going to be that way.
Keep that offense on the field for a while.
Exactly. And then with the face mask, you can see they're grabbing whatever they can, and so they're getting tired as well. And I think Rapp is going to excel right here, and that's exactly what we need.
10 penalties now for Farrington for 115 yards.
Wow.
McMinnville's only had 2 here in the second half.
That's crazy.
But 9 is still too many, in my opinion.
Get into that spot where we can have a hard time seeing with the windows. Here we go. Rapp in the backfield. And miscommunication, and then throwing the ball with Sullivan. Picked up, and Rapp gets it. And he goes across the 10, the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies! And the craziest throw, pass, fumble, lateral, whatever that you're going to see. Austin Rapp with the score. Credit the quarterback there on that one.
Well, credit Austin Rapp, too, for not stopping. I thought it was a forward pass. I really did. And it almost was like Farrington thought it might have been a forward pass. He picked up the ball. There was no whistle. What do? You run to the whistle, right? Excellent run by Austin Rapp now. He's got 85 yards on the night, Brian.
I think the coaches out there still questioning that one.
Well, you might be right. We have 4 or 5 more possessions per team because that was a quick score there.
Very quick as Rue was on to kick the extra point. And we've got whistles before the kick. And timeout, Coach Tomlin calls that one. And, Rue's kick would have been good.
And we would have had a tie ball game. Okay, you ready for some overtime? A little Kansas plan early in the season?
I'd go some Kansas plan. That's always good. Oh, what can you do? It's one of your crazier touchdowns there, Jeff.
That was. I literally thought that it was an incomplete pass. I had given up on the play, to be honest with you. And I'm glad Austin Rapp didn't.
And I look back at that, too, and I think, Sullivan gave up on it, too.
Yeah.
He's like, so did the defense. A lot of the guys running around it. But then Rapp, you said, picked it up. He just fought hard, and that was the key. And we talked about Rapp going to be the key.
Yep.
And he has been here in this drive.
Are we going to go for 2 here?
Who knows?
Proverbial we. No, we got the T out there. So
Rue's coming on to kick again.
Big kick here.
9:20 to go in the ball game. It is 13-12, pending the extra point.
Come on.
Here's the snap. It's low. It hits the ground and is blocked. It is no good. Bad snap. And Rue did all he could do to kick it and kicked off the back of somebody's helmet and flew backwards. But not much you can do about that.
Nope.
Except go back and wait for another possession because that's what you're going to get. and still plenty of time. 9:20 to go in this ball game. And Jeff, if you're the defense, and you've got to come up with the big play now.
You have to come up with a big defensive stop. That is 100% certain. And I look for McMinnville to hopefully be able to do it. They've been out there a long time. It's your first game of the year, so you're not in mid-season shape, so to speak. This is where you got to reach deep down and give it everything you've got, Brian.
Governors, though, they like to take some time off the clock.
They
It's
do.
9:20. Be curious to see how much running they do, and will they give the Grizzlies the ball back with 5 minutes to go, or 4, or maybe none.
Yeah, you go into a long drive, 4 yards in a pile of dust, which they could certainly do.
All righty, here we go. Grizzlies to kick off. Rue gets a foot into it. It's taken at about the 10-yard line. It goes across the 20, 25, cuts it up across the 30, 35, 40, still on his feet, gets to the 45 and spun out of bounds near the far sideline. I maybe kept him inbounds, but spun at the 45, and a nice return by the Governors.
Beautiful return there, and great speed by Molotov. He's a good athlete, Brian. Really good athlete, and it's fun to watch him play.
Well, let's see now what the Grizzlies can do defensively. As Smith will come back out there. He has a discussion with the official. Not sure what that's about. But here they come.
But, you look out there, both teams look a little tired.
Yeah,
gotta
they
be
do.
honest with
Really
you.
tired.
Gotta be honest with you.
Well, they broke the huddle and still four guys.
are walking out. So, mentally, this is where you got to dig deep, both sides.
All righty, here we go. It is first down, and here's the pitch. There's a flag being thrown high and rolling to the right side and trying to make something happen at midfield. Nothing there. Well, I'm going to give him about 3 yards to the 49, but the flag way back at the 37.
The umpire threw that one, which seems odd to me, but let's see what we got
I think it's a
here.
flag back there.
Yep, it is. Illegal shift. Okay. So we're going to... Boy, we thought penalties were killers for McMinnville in the first half. They have been real bad killers for Farrington here. 7 penalties for 80 yards in the second half alone. That is...
It's crazy.
It is.
Well, moving on back as they move it. Once again, Jeff, 9:01 to go. You move it back. You're going to take more time off the clock.
Is Farrington too worried about that? Probably not.
No, I think they want that, actually. Here we go. 8:55 and counting. Farrington leads over McMinnville 13-12 in the weird score of the night. I formation. Smith hands it off. It's hit. The running back's hit hard, but then he breaks it. Goes across the field. Ball is on the ground, and the Grizzlies have come up with it. I believe Austin Rapp came up with it. No, actually, who is it? That's actually going to be Blanco. And it's going to be Grizzly ball. And the Grizzlies have a huge turnover. We've got an injury on the field. Yeah.
Okay. That's good to see. He's getting up. I think maybe he had the wind knocked out of him or something. But I thought that was a little bit more serious injury than what it was. But excellent job by McMinnville, Brian, with 8:34 to go. They get the big turnover that they needed.
Well, now your defense has given you a big play. Now your offense needs to step up and try to get that first lead of the ball game. Grizzlies 2 trail by 1. 8:34 to go. Too many guys out on the field. They get one off. Sullivan shotgun formation. Gonna hand it off to Rapp. Rapp's gonna go this way. His face mask. There goes the flag coming in. Rapp breaks the tackle. Breaks it again. Goes. He's gonna get into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies!
There are 2 flags, though, Brian, in separate areas of the field. Don't know if 2 officials saw the face mask or if there's a hold and then the face mask. I'm holding my breath here. I'm holding my breath.
The officials are going to discuss it.
Yep, this is what makes me nervous.
One official said no, wipe it off. Not sure what he was talking about. Personal foul face mask. They do have that.
McMinnville is.
And
I think they're going to.
Governors are coming back.
I think it's a touchdown. Touchdown.
The official doesn't say much.
No, he doesn't.
He just puts his hands up in the air. It's like, everyone's watching me? Great. Oh, yeah, call a personal foul, too. And the Grizzlies have taken their first lead of the ball game.
Wow, 53-yard run by Austin Rapp. Could not have come at a better time, Brian. 9 carries, 138 yards for the trusted senior. What a great play. Now you go for 2 here if you're the Grizzlies, of course.
Well, having a 5-point lead.
Yep, and I think you're gonna see something outside the tackles. That's my call.
All righty. You got Rapp, the lone back in the backfield. 2 receivers on the far side. Sullivan, shotgun formation. He's going to pitch it to Rapp, and Rapp's going to get thrown backwards. Flag comes flying in, and nothing there as he get out of the sight.
It was going to go outside the tackles, just it didn't go very well.
Not at all.
We got it offsides? No, McMinnville's coming back, so whatever it is was going to negate the play. Yep, illegal procedure.
All righty. Well, Jeff, weird score of the night continues. 18-13. Grizzlies do have their first lead of the ball game. That's great to see. We'll come back. 8:20 left to go in the ball game. Grizzlies have their first lead.
If you're looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany A. Blinn has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555. And go Grizzlies! This season's broadcast here on Yamhill Today is brought to you by the 200 Club. Thank you to the 200 Club for their support of Grizzly football right here.
Welcome back here, and the Grizzlies are kicking it off, and it's going to go deep into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback to the 20, and the Grizzlies now have to play a little defense, Jeff, with 8:20 to go. Go ahead and say, do they have enough to make another stop?
I think they do, Brian, but did you see where the kickoff came from for McMinnville? Did you notice?
I did not.
It was on the 45-yard line over here, so there was some sort of 15-yard penalty.
It was the personal foul.
Like penalty or something, so that's why the ball went clear out of the – yep, great break for McMinnville. Farrington's got to go 80 yards here. And I think their longest drive of the – well, they did have a 60-some-yard drive, but 59 of it came on that pass play. So McMinnville's got to be leery here now of something deep over the top.
All righty, as they come out here now. And Smith hands it off to the big back, who's just going to power his way through and gets about 4 yards to the 24-yard line.
David Malatia, again, is a huge back. He's a senior. They list him as running back tight end, so he's kind of a flex position, so to speak. He's got the size of a tight end, but he's got pretty good speed and running ability as well as he gets the ball in the backfield.
7:50 and counting. I like that flex position.
Yeah.
Pretty much does it all.
He does. Now, look they have him at fullback now.
Yeah, exactly.
This reminds me of Colt Lyerla and the other guy from Hillsborough, the little tiny guy. Do you
Yes,
remember him?
I do. Couldn't tell you his name. Remember
Me
Colt's
either.
name,
Yeah.
but here's the pass over on the far side. It is caught. Going to be a first down. That's Molotov with the reception and the first down for the Govs.
14 yards on the pass play, and you got to figure that Molotov is going to be involved heavily in this drive as well. Shockingly, only 7 first downs in the game for Farrington. But, McMinnville only has 8. So let's
Say not many more.
Yeah.
There's only one more.
But they're,
One more has got you the lead, right?
Yep.
Here is the handoff to the big back, and just powers through for maybe 3 yards in a, I guess,
Cloud of dust?
cloud
or
of pebbles.
Pebbles, yeah, there you go.
Pebbles,
The little,
yeah.
are they pebbles or are they old shoes?
Yeah.
Ground up old rubber from shoes.
That they've turned into like pebbles.
Yeah,
Of,
yeah.
Like
They
they've
get
rounded
everywhere.
them.
They get everywhere.
Oh, you walk on the field, and
Yeah.
just going from my room up to the press box
Yeah.
in the south, and
How is that new field?
it's
Pretty nice?
beautiful. Yeah, it's a new turf field. Plus, the technology is so different than like 14 years
Yeah.
ago. It's amazing. Here we go. Smith hands it off and breaking one tackle, breaking a second tackle, and getting near the
nice
first
run.
down. And I think he will have it with another big run there for Miles. And there's another first down right away.
That's a big run right there for Miles. Tough yards up the middle. Got hit several times. Going to give him 8 yards on the play and a first down.
6:35 and counting. Their ultimate goal is to take as much time off the clock and
Absolutely.
getting their touchdown if
Absolutely.
they can.
They're going to kind of go into that McMinnville mold of old where they would just take their time and be methodical.
Methodical is a key word, isn't it?
Spencer Payne, Colton Smith, those guys back in the day.
Handoff. There's the fullback and powers forward for a gain of 6.5. Speaking of Spencer Payne, he's down there, one of the coaches for the
Yes, he
Grizzlies
is.
and Ty Tomlin's staff.
Yep. Had a pretty good career, from what I understand, at Linfield.
Yeah. Good to see him being a part of the program. 2nd down and 4. Under 6 minutes now. We'll come back with some scores at the end of our game and break down some of what we saw and prepare for next week as well, as we'll be on the road at Forest Grove. Grizzlies and the Vikings next week. Here comes Smith, though. He's going to get rid of it. He's going to be flushed out. He's got some trouble. He's going to be taken down hard in the backfield. Nice sack there by the Grizzlies.
Jesse James Nguyen on the play. Brian did not stop and kept after the quarterback. Huge second down play. Now brings up 3rd and 15.
That's a huge difference. Jones to win. Very effective last year, this year. Slow a little bit tonight. We've mentioned
Yeah.
him a few times here, but it's been one of those weird games that
He really came big on that play. Now we got, okay, they rotated safety over, so not single coverage out here in this flat. And we've got a timeout called.
we do.
by
Farrington calls it.
Farrington. And that's their last timeout, according to my calculations.
4:47 left to go in the ball game. Farrington has the ball. 3rd and 14. They trail, though, by 5 to the Grizzlies. We'll be back after this timeout.
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey, this is Scott here at Big Box Returns, and I'm telling you, this is going to be a great big quarter. So,
So what Scott's saying is, head on down to Big Box Returns tomorrow.
Yes.
That's right.
He's got me pumped.
Heck yeah. Oh, yes.
You know, Brian, it's almost time for some follow-up Giraldi's pizza as well.
Is there any left?
There might be a piece or two.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Post-game pizza.
Score. See who can fight for it first. 4:47 left to go in this ball game. There's a lot of movement. No flags. Smith throws it off, and he throws it a little bit high, and it's incomplete. Receiver could not come down with it, who was the fullback, and it's David, and unfortunately could not come with it. Going to bring up fourth down, and if you're the Governor's job, I think you have to kick it now.
You do, and I'll tell you what, that play was there. You could tell Smith got a little nervous. He gets the ball down. It wasn't gonna be a first down because the tackle was made right at about the 48-yard line. But you give yourself maybe the thought of going for it on 4th and 7 or 8, something like that. Whereas now you're 4th and 15, got to punt it, and then you have no timeout. So McMinnville could run the ball. If they can get a couple first downs, it could salt away the game.
And I think if you're the Governors, before the last possession, you're really thinking that would be the case. Here's the kick, and it's going to be taken at the 20. I think it's down. They are going to say it is down, barely. But that's where the Grizzlies will have it. Now the defense needs to step up for the Governors, and we got ourselves a interesting last quarter. We're still 4.5 minutes to go.
All right, big possession here, Brian. Got to take time off the clock.
Sullivan coming back out for the Grizzlies. I think I'd rather put some points on the board, Jeff. That's just me, though.
I'm a big fan. Let's get Austin Ropp. About 4 more carries, 80 yards.
Well,
Ropp over 200 for the night, for the 200 club.
There you go. That'd be perfect. Perfect timing. His Rapp is the lone back in the backfield. Sullivan, shotgun formation. 2 receivers on each side. Rapp gets it, and he's going to be plugged up in the middle and then just taken down.
Little inside trap there, and the right tackle, it looked like a right guard, was a little slow getting over in front of Rapp, and that hole closed quickly.
Tavita Tukamaka, the senior, did a good job of wrapping up Rapp there.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, kind of put in a little package for you. 4:10 to go. Grizzlies taking some time. They're going to be methodical about this.
Of course they are. I'd wait till that official in the backfield puts his hand up. Keep that clock moving. And they kind of are.
Yes, they are.
Okay. Have that internal clock. That's what you need.
Sullivan hands it off to Rapp. He's going to get an opening here on the near side, and he slips on the turf monster at about the 25. They're going to mark him at the 27. I think he tripped over the line what he did.
He was really trying to make a quick cut inside. And, again, that's one of those, I think if you go outside, you get the first down, and you might go out of bounds, but you get the first down. This is a big play here, 3rd and 3.
Yes, it is.
Do you think about going for it?
No. Okay. Not the way your defense. I mean, you've only given up 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Defense has played pretty well. I know you are tired, but let's see. Hopefully we don't have to get there. 3rd and 3. Rapp. He's my key in the backfield, but I think the Govs are thinking about that as well. And they do. The ball's on the ground. And it is. And the Governors come up with it. Sullivan tried to hand it off to Rapp and then just kind of flew up in the air. And then coming up with the ball was Leaky Lauli, and giving the Governors now some excitement of their own, as it is now going to be their ball at the 29-yard line.
I think there was some indecision there by Sullivan whether he wanted to hand it off. He wasn't aggressive, so to speak, and he was just way too late pulling it out. And by the time that happened, Rapp was reaching behind him, and it just popped out. So. Unfortunate. Let's see what McMinnville's defense can step up to do here, Brian.
2:58 to go in the ball game. 18-13 is our score. The Grizzlies have the lead. However, the Governors have the ball at the Grizzly 29. Here's the handoff, and going on the left side, breaks 1 tackle, a second tackle, and just laying some licks down to the 22-yard line. That was running with authority is what that was.
That was, you have got to come up and make a big hit, and it took about 5 guys to bring down the running back, Kingston Miles, on that play. He is a powerful back.
And you look at Miles, he's one of the smaller guys out there, big time. But he's not small. I mean, he's short, but he is built.
Dare I say Jason Haskell size as far as height goes.
Oh, Jason could break that. Well, as we go, Miles on cue gets it, and he runs it inside the 10-yard line. Gets a first down and more. They're going to say down to the 11. And, wow. They're tired, I get it. But, man, you're under 2 minutes and 13 seconds now. The defense has got to step up.
Do you let them score?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. I formation.
Can't believe how quickly they're snapping it. I'm going to be honest with you.
Hand off to Miles once again, but he's going to be wrapped up. Not before we get a couple yards to about the, let's call it inside the 10 anyway. Yeah, I think you're down to 146. And you said there's no timeouts left, right?
For Farrington.
For Farrington.
Grizzlies have 2 left.
Exactly, but for Farrington. So they have got to continue to keep going.
Yeah, does McMinnville just let the clock run here, though? This is, boy. Because Farrington's going to take their time.
Yeah, but they could get in trouble doing that, too.
They could.
Let's see.
We need a big penalty
5.
here.
They may not get this off. Well, they know better than I do. Here we go. Second down. Smith's going to keep it. He's going to roll the right. He's going to roll into the end zone. Touchdown. Too easy. The score is there, and Jeff, they kind of just let him go in with 1:06 to go, and the fans over there on the other side are excited. The sideline for Farrington is a happy one right now with 1:06 to go in this ball game.
As they should be, Brian. Their team didn't quit and took advantage of a fumble by McMinnville. And turnovers play a huge part in football games, and couldn't have played a bigger part so far in this one. But 1:06 to go, so it's not over. You got Austin Rapp. He can score quickly.
Well, they're going to go for 2.
Of course. Yep. That makes a field goal to tie. So
let's see what they do. Smith under center. He's going to drop, and there's miscommunication. Smith goes on the left side. He's going to get into the end zone. He gets it. 2-point conversion is good. Shouldn't have been good, but the confusion confused everybody. And Smith, smart enough to turn around, will go the other way and get the 2 points for the Govs. 21-18 is our score. Lots of work to do now for the Grizzlies. But you've got a happy team over there.
Well, this is going to be dig deep and go for it if you can. You got 2 timeouts. You got all kinds of things available to you. And it's going to be important for McMinnville to stay in the moment, Brian. This is where it's really going to be critical for them to do that.
No. Tell Dan he's wrong.
Okay.
Tell Dan to refresh.
Hey, Dan, refresh.
He's probably listening, so you probably have to text him that.
Yeah, he's texting something right now.
Okay. Well, here we go. Sorry about that. A little inside communication. Well, Jeff, they squibbed last time.
Yep.
I would not be shocked to see them squib once again.
Come on, Rapp. Let's do it, buddy. There you go.
Drops back and dumps it off to Rapp. He cuts to the inside.
There
For
you go.
2, the 10,
Nice.
the 5. Touchdown! So, and here they go. They're going to drop back. Malman's going to throw it across the center. It's intercepted! Intercepted right there by the linebacker. Here we go. Hutchinson drops back, looks to the right. He's going to take it himself. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies!
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process. From low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement, they are here to help.
All righty, as we come back here to live action, Grizzlies drop back. Sullivan throws it across the center, has a receiver. It is caught at the 36-yard line. Good play and a perfect pass there by Sullivan on the crossing route to Blanco.
Got to be on the ball quick now.
Here we go. 42 seconds to go. Still have one timeout left. Clock is running. Sullivan draws back, looks to the left, goes, had a little bit of time now, rushes it, throws a little floater in the center, and it's incomplete. It was there. I don't know if the receiver thought it was even going to him.
I don't know where that receiver came from McMinnville, Brian, out of nowhere, and he almost had the play. Oh. But, Kane Sullivan, I'll give him credit for standing in there, but throwing off your back foot like that is a recipe for disaster. I hate wanting to win so bad. I'm rooting for this team. Okay. Well, you know what? It's fun. It's been fun. It's been a very competitive game.
Yes, it has. It's been a fun one. It's been a weird one.
Great opening game for McMinnville.
Here we go. Second down and 10. 27 seconds left. Grizzlies need to put some points. Trail by 3. Sullivan throws over on the far side, and it's intercepted. Intercepted over on the far side by the Governors, and he's still on his feet and finally gets thrown down, and that will be the ball game. Intercepted by Abella Bells Jourdain, and that's a tough one.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's a horrible way to have the game, a good, hard-fought game, end for McMinnville with 15 seconds left on the clock, Brian. And a lot to learn tonight by McMinnville for sure. They had their chances. You can't take that away from anything, but to lose a close game like that on an interception when you had some good plays going, that's a little disheartening.
Well, now they're just going to kneel on it and get out of here with the victory, and we'll make that flight home a lot easier for them.
Yep,
definitely. As Smith kneels on it, and that will end the ball game, and the Grizzlies will lose to the Governors 21-18.
Good game, Brian. Good, hard-fought game. It's a good test for McMinnville against a good team from Hawaii. I believe they came in ranked 15th in the Oahu district. So, they're no slouch. They got some big players out there, and it's good to see a fun game come to an end tonight, 21-18.
Well, Jeff, that's not the way you want to start a season.
Nope.
However, there were some bright spots. We'll talk about some of those and talk about a little bit of everything. Yeah, as we come back here. But we will talk about next week. We'll get you some scores as well. But the McMinnville Grizzlies go down to defeat to the Farrington Governors by a score of 21-18. See the handshakes and everything going on, and you'll see a very happy Farrington team.
Yep.
And their fans are already hooping and hollering over there on the far side.
Great crowd tonight, Brian, over there. Great,
Oh, yeah.
Great to see the local folks travel with the team. You know, there might even be some family here that live in Oregon or something, came up to support family members or just a team from Hawaii. What a great victory for them tonight, as they're going to take a picture here on the field for their victory, and it's a great background. Wortman Stadium, of course, a classic high school football stadium, Brian.
Right.
You don't get cool stadiums like this very often, so they're going to be out there taking some photos and just enjoying the win, the hard-fought win, and traveling so far to be able to come over and to get the win and go home victorious tonight.
As they will definitely do that. And unfortunately for the Grizzlies, though, could not pull it out here tonight.